Welcome to the convention. We are live World Cup edition. Joined here by Spike Freeman on the end and Mr. Kevin Bowman, fresh off a Canadian cruise. We're watching Colombia versus England today in the round of 16. And let's take a look at some of the team statistics going into this one based on this World Cup. Obviously, the first thing that stands out is goals and attacking play, right, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, clearly England, well, they had that one of their second game. I think they scored, what, 5 in it? So
few goals in that.
It helps a little bit and have that, but it kind of clearly points to England having a bit more of an attacking focus.
You can see, what is that, 15 more attempts? If I don't have that stat ready, but fact check me on that one. Also more passes for England, but something we've seen in this tournament, especially in this knockout round, is often the team with higher passing completion percentage and total passes has gone out or been eliminated. So not necessarily a given that they will go through. Same number of crosses, but England seemed to be a little more successful in connecting on them. More corners. And maybe a little better discipline from England, which is not very English at all.
No.
What are you guys looking for in this game?
I think for me, the question is, without James in the Colombian lineup, can Colombia break down that back three of England? Are they going to be able to get the distribution into the half spaces that are open because of that back three without a great, sort of creator in the midfield?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, kind of going back to those passes, we saw with Spain especially how not necessarily having a lot of high pass percentage and a lot of passes works. It's how they use those passes to see if England can kind of use their possession that we're assuming they're going to have to get more into attacking positions rather than just possessing it, kind of do something more with it. So see if they have that attacking mindset and maintain that.
Well, it looks like this one just kicked off, so let's join.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the pass numbers, you've seen it a bunch this tournament where because it's not a club team, these guys don't have sort of that psychic connection that you get on the training pitch with your club team. Just being able to control possession isn't turning into goals the same way that, Barcelona circa 2012 was.
Yeah, you just don't see players making like attacking runs off of it. They're kind of just content to, just play keep away. Yeah. And it's
kind of weird because it almost seems like it's been a bit of a defender's dream of a World Cup in that they can kind of sit back and they aren't really asked to do a whole lot because the other team just keeps passing it around. And we've had one of the most exciting World Cups also, right? I mean, this is, for not having a team, not having any skin in the game here, I've loved this World Cup. I've loved everything about it. I don't know what is going to happen each match.
Yeah, every single game I feel like has been, well, for the most part, has been, even and especially too, there's a lot less star power because a lot of the team, like Chile didn't make it, Italy didn't make it, Netherlands didn't make it, but so missing star power, and then a lot of the best teams have been eliminated already. But even with these lower ranked teams playing, it's still always exciting games just because, I don't know why, it's just, because both teams have a chance all the time.
Well, I think it's opposed to the last World Cup where the group stage matches were incredible, but then you got some sort of duds in the knockout rounds. These matchups have been really good in the knockout rounds, a lot of really even matchups, and I think this is a great example of that.
Got a couple comments coming in already. DJ Wingman says, go on England. Reese Dawn says, it's coming home. A lot of optimism we were talking about. The English actually feeling pretty good, and they haven't been as self-defeatist as I feel like I've seen from England normally around this time of the tournament.
I think just with the side of the bracket they're into, there's reason for optimism if they can get past this match, because they see that, I mean, obviously we've seen that these lower-ranked teams are nothing to take lightly because they've toppled some of the bigger names, but they see how it's an easier path, seemingly, to get to that finals than they probably would have thought initially.
Does that make that a total, like this, kind of a trap game then, where you start already looking and going, oh, great, okay, Sweden, and then maybe, Russia or Croatia, and then we're in the, like, they have to be careful, right? This Colombia team could easily beat them, especially based on what we saw, yesterday with Japan and Belgium. That scared Belgium had to claw their way back into that.
Well, and I think that was more on paper of a blowout. I mean, you look at that matchup. Who would you take from Japan over their Belgian equivalent? Nobody, I'd say, in terms of just raw skill. And yet it came down to the 94th minute. In this match, there are a number of positions where Colombia is at least England's equal. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I looked it up a couple matches ago. I was like, Falcao's still doing it in Monaco.
Yeah, he's
shocking.
I thought he was done, and he kind of reinvented himself to his credit a bit.
He's got something like 45 goals in the last 2 seasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like, Oh.
I just figured, because once he was at Chelsea, right?
And Man United.
Yeah, he just kind of did nothing there, it felt like. So
that was it.
I assumed he just slithered back into this hole.
It's a very English, Anglo-centric view there, right?
Yeah, it's the classic Zlatan can't do it in England, so he's no good.
4 goals in a friendly. What's that?
Yeah.
Spike, tell everyone who you are and what you do, what you're about, what teams you follow.
Oh, so I used to write about soccer for a website called Grantland and a couple other places. I currently write American football for The Stranger and podcast about the Seahawks for the Locked On Seahawks podcast. I'm a Liverpool supporter like Sevi over here. I didn't wear my kit. I only have a Lucas Leiva and a Gerrard kit. And I felt like the Gerrard kit was a jinx, and the Leiva kit is just too fly, too hot, too hot.
Too much.
The 2012 Lucas Leiva kit. And then I root for the Sounders in MLS. So I will say, as a Liverpool fan, I'm the rare Liverpool supporter who still has nothing but immense respect for Raheem Sterling. I think he is one of the best, one of the most underrated young players in the world still, even after everything City's done. He can't finish like you want maybe sometimes, but he's such an incredible passer, and I don't think he gets the credit for that he deserves.
I feel like he's always in great positions to score, too, even if he doesn't actually finish. It's kind of like the Cavani kind of thing, where he's always there, and then we'll botch the finish, except this tournament, I guess.
But you do have to give him credit for getting there, because it's not like he's just standing around and it comes to him. It's always because he's running into a space, right?
Yeah.
That is a skill in and of itself. Ooh. What do you think about Rashford? Do you think Sterling's place is pretty safe, or?
I think it should be. I don't think that there is anyone of his equal to play that number 10 role for England. Again, because of the passing. Rashford is great at running into spaces, but I don't think he's the creative player that Raheem is. It still confuses me that Ashley Young is delivering the ball from this side of the field. What year is it? What is happening, guys?
It is a bit strange. I thought his time had passed, maybe.
Yes.
For him, I legitimately thought he retired 5 years ago.
Spina looks up for it. Cuadrado's got to have a huge game, right? If Colombia are going to get this done.
Well, there he goes. Wow.
Nope.
Down the bottom.
I think we're going to get some goals in this one, though.
Yeah. Well, Croatia's really good on that side of the draw, even if their results towards the end of qualifying were poor. But they're really good. But I think otherwise the winner of this is co-favorites, at least, to make the finals.
Sure.
There's just so much attacking talent on these teams.
Croatia, at least, Denmark showed a way to stop them or hold them down a bit, right? Now there's a path, and Modric, who for me was player of the tournament going into that match, didn't really have a great one by any means.
No, and Rakitic was quiet in the second half too, even though he almost popped up to hit a winner late. And they were the better team in that match, but they weren't as much better as their talent would suggest.
Have Sounders fans, have they sort of gravitated? You know how sometimes, okay, you're a Liverpool fan, so probably like me, you're cheering for Senegal because of Mane, or Egypt because of Salah. Have Sounders fans also done that with players? Has that kind of translated? Lodero, I know he's not out there for Uruguay, but players like that.
The best example was Torres on Panama, but Panama was so cynical in their approach in this tournament and represented America not making it, and it was going to be Dempsey's last big tournament. So I feel like that's a little tainted in that regard. I don't know. I certainly didn't key into anyone because of the Sounders. And again, I'm not the sort of guy who hates guys when they move on, so it would have been nice to see Yedlin out there for America.
Sure.
Colombia is very interested in getting out on that.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see James out here. This game has a feeling more like who was it Colombia beat in their second game where they thrashed them? It was Poland.
Yeah.
I feel like this has a little bit of that feel where there's going to be some space where Colombia could switch it on, right? Japan, we didn't learn anything from that because they played with 10 men the whole time.
Yep.
And then against Senegal, I thought Senegal were a little better, and that was kind of a tighter game. But we did see that flash against Poland where there was space for them to run into, and boy, did they exploit that.
Yeah. I think that Poland side was not as good as their FIFA ranking would have suggested.
No. Their qualifying group, we looked at it, it was pretty weak. You know, and when they were kind of boring. Lewandowski's a good player, but he needed a little more than what he had around him, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I actually, so I went down to the World Cup in 2014 and got to see Colombia, Uruguay at the Maracana, and that was the match where James hit that incredible volley, and like his ability, especially against an England team that I think we talked before, I'm not a big Lingard fan, and I bet they wish they had a healthy Ox or Lallana to play in that role, but yeah,
really
bias showing.
No, we wear our bias right up front here. We're cool.
Good. But I think England will potentially end up controlling more of the ball in this match, and so not having someone like James to spring those breaks is going to really hurt them in their ability to potentially run up like a 3-0 win. Where if England goes down a goal, they have to just press and leave themselves open in the back. Come on.
There are very few teams where you lose your best player and it isn't a big miss. Like only Brazil and like France are the only teams where someone goes down and you're like, all right, well, next guy up, we'll be all right. You know, like everyone else, it's like, yeah, you miss James, shoot. I mean, we saw with Egypt and Salah, it's like, game over.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and yeah, Brazil is ludicrous. They might be better without Neymar on the pitch sometimes.
Probably. It's less of the, I don't know, ego of needing to be the one that has to do the stuff.
Or feeling like you have to pass him the ball if he makes a run.
Yeah,
you know,
and he was picking up the ball really too far away from goal, especially in the first couple matches. And then, you know, starting an attack from 40 yards out is not going to be as effective as if you work it a little closer before getting into your best attacking players.
Especially when you know he likes to dribble. It's like you see him picking the ball up at midline and you're going, no, don't try and dribble forward. Don't try and dribble forward. Like maybe you'll win a free kick, but you know?
But probably that'll be from 35 yards out. It's not going to be a dangerous space.
Exactly. What good does that really do? We want you making that run near the goal. But yeah, again, if you see Neymar making a dummy run, or what would be a great dummy run, you still feel like you can't pass to him. You have to play it to him because then
roll around on the ground.
Magnus Eriksson says Sweden sucks. Just kidding, Magnus Eriksson says go Sweden. Shocker. Dale S says, is that who I think it is in the middle? That's the Kevin Bowman fan club. It is. Bowman.
Strength from Sterling.
All right, going back to something you guys mentioned briefly. You actually want Ox to be out there? I'm an Arsenal fan, and he was the most infuriating player. Like, he just seems so useless.
I think
he has all this talent, but never actually did anything.
Yeah, he's a terrible right back. But if you put him in the center and give him a little creative freedom and good players around him,
even like I didn't see him as like a center midfield. Like, I saw him as more of like a winger kind of player.
He's just really dynamic in center midfield, and that can be a negative in some matches. But I think when England has had to go to the bench and bring on Loftus-Cheek and have to start Lingard, I just think he has more upside than those guys in terms of potentially creating a chance or creating something out of nothing. And so if England needs to go for something of a plan B, and they're not getting service to their forwards, they need to create from the midfield, he's a better option to do that potentially. That's my less biased way, or my more rational way of explaining why I think.
Also, I know you've been waiting to talk about our boy, but when you have someone like Henderson behind, that's a security blanket because Ox likes to run. He loves running, right? He loves to run forward. But then there's big counterattacking space that doesn't come off, and Henderson's disciplined enough to kind of be there for him.
Yeah, especially when James on the pitch. So it's a little the lifting that Henderson's going to have to do in this match is a little lighter.
The Kevin Bowman fan club asks, he wants me to ask the guy in the middle what he thinks about Boogie joining Golden State. Is he happy? Everyone knows he has the Golden State guy. Are you happy as a fan to have a team that's better than the All-Star East?
Yes.
It must take away from the excitement.
No, not at all. Like, I spent the entire night last night just laughing, cackling, and going on Twitter.
Exactly. Were you brewing a cauldron? What do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just that's the most condescending way of laughter. I don't know.
I mean,
laughing condescendingly at the entire
Is there
NBA.
excitement to see him play, or is it purely like a spite in the face
I mean, it'll
of
be
your
interesting
rivals?
having just if you think about the tactically what they can do, I mean, that's Steve Kerr's ideal type of big man, is to have someone that can pass that well and who can shoot. So they can potentially have 5 out and just have the entire team just beyond the 3-point line and just do pick and rolls off each other, and it'll be impossible to defend. Or we can have a little triangle offense and have Boogie pass the ball around. Or he'll just re-injure his Achilles.
Listen, you're looking at it like a bit like a basketball nerd. I'm going to look at it like a human being. And does this not sort of hasten like the crumbling of this team, right? How much longer can this team stay together with all these top players before someone starts going, Klay Thompson maybe going, I could get paid elsewhere, or I'm not really touching the ball that much these days.
Well, here's the thing. One, he's only going to be there for 1 year. He's here to rehab his image, to get a ring while he's rehabbing his body, and then get better contract offers next year. And 2, the entire reason I love the NBA is because of the drama. And if this is going to cause more drama, I'm all for it. It's just going to be people complaining. It's going to be great memes on Twitter. Just
all right.
a lot. I mean, I'm all here for it.
Speaking of some off-season transfer news, the news this morning, I don't know if it's credible, but a lot of people are saying Ronaldo to Juventus today. They're saying that there's some agreements being reached. Nothing formal, nothing like that. But I've heard from a few sources, at least the fun internet ones, that you want to believe. What does that make any sense? What do you guys think of that? If true?
I mean, it makes some sense. He has. Harry. It makes some sense in that as he's sort of slowed down, become a more traditional striker, Italy's an easier place to do that. He'll be able to, I mean, God, he'll just pour in goals there. And that's, I guess it's the only place that he can go. I guess he could go to Germany potentially, but.
Is there any other safer club, and you got to rule out Barcelona because he's at Real right now.
Yeah.
Any other safer club to guarantee you're going to be like in the quarterfinals of the Champions League every year? Like maybe Bayern Munich, but again,
yeah, exactly. That's the only one. But personality-wise, with their supporter culture, he doesn't quite fit, and also with the way they play. With Ronaldo a few years ago would have just been like a better Ribery basically in their system, which would have been really good. But the way he plays now, he doesn't quite fit what they do otherwise. So yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy that he's not like going to Chelsea. That would be disgusting, and I don't want that.
So he's just going all in on Champions League trophies then?
Sure, why not?
Cares about anything else?
What about the other end? Is Real making room for a Neymar, or maybe even hijacking Mbappe somehow, which I know seems financially impossible, but hey, it's Real Madrid.
Well, look at Juventus. They have 4 strikers now then, if you're thinking Ronaldo's a striker. I mean, they have Dybala, Higuain, and Mandzukic. Not all going to be able to play.
Yeah,
I could see Real going after Dybala or something.
Interesting.
I'm a big fan
I think
of
he's the future. Dybala's the future, though. I think someone like Higuain might be on his way out a little bit.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, go to China and make a lot of money.
Exactly. Somewhere where maybe they haven't
Guangzhou.
seen him in the Argentina jersey and remember all those great moments.
Oh boy, man! Has anybody had a more successful career that's more humiliating than Higuain's over the past decade?
Yeah.
He's done a lot of really good things on some big stages, and also
Fernando
is
Torres.
a joke. Oh
Could be up
man.
there.
Torres,
He scored the winner in Euro 2008, right? Against Germany. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
that was his moment.
And he got, I feel like Torres has, he got, he was on the World Cup squad, right?
Yeah, he was.
He got that trophy. I don't know. I get what you're doing. And I appreciate it.
We see what you're doing. Drew the Sport says, Ronaldo's going to probably play for a team in the top Euro leagues, get a trophy everywhere.
It's going to do the Zlatan win.
Yeah, just do the tour. God, how many teams has Ibrahimovic played for? It's okay, Malmo, Ajax, Juventus, Inter, AC, Barca, Serie,
Oh boy.
Serie,
Jesus.
Barcelona, Serie, Man United, PSG,
in Galaxy.
Would agree. That's just so many. It's just so many teams.
Yeah. Have you watched the Malmo documentary that he's in? You shit. What is happening right now?
Siri, calm down.
Yeah. She really wants to answer. She knows where Zlatan is playing.
Yeah,
she's got all the stats.
She's seen that documentary. She thinks it's great.
That documentary is so good.
It's like young him and like when he's like meeting his teammates and all that.
So Malmo went down for the first time in their history in the late '90s or mid '90s, and that was the year he got called up to the first team. And so the documentary was going to basically be about Malmo's journey back from the second division, but then it becomes about the fact that they have this like 18-year-old who clashes, or 17-year-old who clashes with everybody else on the squad, but is suddenly the best player, maybe in all of Sweden, playing in the second division. And, you know, spoiler alert, he brings them up and gets sold to Ajax at the end of it. But it's really cool to see him young. It's really cool to see Swedish second division soccer from the 90s and then see this guy who has become
knowing
such
what
an
you do now.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's on YouTube with English subtitles, which is nice.
That's helpful. My
Swedish
isn't
not what it used to be.
Basically sounds like it's a documentary version of the prequel, Star Wars prequels.
We know how this story ends, but we gotta watch. We gotta see.
Well, yeah, and to get promoted, you have to win a soccer match on a lava flow. Oh. So that's pretty cool.
Have you seen Ibrahimovic play in LA here? Or?
I've not been to a Galaxy match live since he came over. Have you?
Not since he's come.
Yeah.
I saw him when he was with Inter, back, like right when he was on the way out of Inter,
got it.
and he played the Rose Bowl in one of the like preseason friendlies. It was one where it's like he couldn't have cared less, and you still saw the class. Whereas like a ball come at him, he just kind of brings it down and just turn and whatever, not bothered. But talent's always been there.
Yeah. Well, and this is really great for the viewers who don't live in LA, but it's a bit of a schlep to get from this part of town to Carson. So I'm.
Yeah.
I did go to the LAFC Sounders match this
nice.
year. It's a cool new stadium. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very pretty, very well done.
That's not a foul.
Colombia are probably fine with 0-0 if it gets that at the half, right? I mean,
well, and like no great chances for England. They sort of had a half chance with that header earlier.
The Harry Kane one, and
but
plus, don't Colombia also have the English psyche on their side, where it's like the closer, if England doesn't take a lead early, they're going to start to like think of everything that's ever happened to them since 1966, right?
Yeah, and I don't know about Pickford for penalties. Like, it's not who I would want. If I were to pick all the remaining goalies in this tournament, he'd be towards the bottom for who I'd want.
Yeah, my big, and I know you'll love this take, my big point was for Spain was they should have kept a sub and brought on Reina for penalties only.
Oh.
I mean, that was his reputation, was he was great at stopping penalty kicks, and De Gea hasn't stopped a whole lot this tournament, right? I mean, what?
Yeah.
I'm not saying starting.
De Gea's had a really, or he had now, past tense, a really weird tournament. Like,
yeah,
his form was incredible this year coming into the tournament for United. Like, he was the reason they were second and not fourth or fifth.
Correct. Looking at like all the XG and all that, like his take from it what you will, but his stats were off the chart. Like, and it passed the eye test too. Every time you saw this guy make a save, like strikers were almost afraid to shoot because like he'll save that,
Yeah, he warped the Premier League, I'd say, more than any individual player other than Salah and De Bruyne this year. Like, he would have been my third for Player of the Year, and for someone like that to like have a bunch of howlers and not really do much of anything and then lose on penalties to Russia, it's weird. It's weird.
Very strange.
This is potentially dangerous.
Oof. England are playing with fire a little bit.
Yeah. Do you think that back three is exploitable?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is. I wouldn't say like don't ever use it. It's never going to work. I think it's game by game decision whether you use it or not. And I don't think you can just use it. I don't think you can go to it every game. I think there are times where you need to change. And I don't know if Southgate is prepared to do that.
Yeah. Although, like, by the time they run into an opponent that's going to force them to change it, it'll be the semis or finals with Croatia, or Brazil, or Belgium or something. And, like, at that point, it's the English thing of, like, well, it worked this far. We're not going to...
Yeah, exactly.
God forbid we switched back to a 4-4-2.
I'll tell you what, it would get found out a lot quicker if they're on the other side of the bracket. Yeah. Against the Brazil, against the France, even a Uruguay, who I thought played pretty well down the wings, you know?
They looked really good.
That looked like a real team. Are there any surprises for you in Southgate's preferred formation? Or what do you guys think? Or is there someone else you would change around?
I don't know. I'm still just kind of surprised how much play Lingard's gotten, just because. Did he even start at Man U?
I think he's starting most of their matches.
Okay. He's just like, to me, like, I'm not like the most hardcore Premier League fan, and like I've heard of him, but
more
I don't
of a Scottish Premier League guy yourself,
yeah,
right?
of course. League Two. I don't know how to say two in French.
But you know what to say, LaCroix and croissant, as we found out earlier. It's going, LaCroix.
Okay, we don't need to go into that.
Like,
my French
just got
accent's not
back
great.
from Quebec.
So now all of a sudden he's wearing a beret and accent.
I just shaved off my little thin mustache this morning. But yeah, I mean, Lingard's not a person who I think of as like one of the top talents in England. And I mean, I don't know how much other talent they really have right now to put over him in midfield, but I mean, he's just one that I don't know, I wouldn't think of him as a surefire starter.
You're just, without even looking at the rest of the players, going, surely there's someone better than this that should be starting?
Yeah, I mean, that's the Ox argument for me, but obviously...
Shame he got hurt.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
For a bunch of reasons. But for me, Maguire was a surprise. He's been pretty good, and he's like solid at Leicester and is similar to one of our favorites, Andy Robertson. Came off of that weirdly terrible Hull team and then transferred to a bigger club and then was like very effective there. So I get why he's there, but putting him in over Cahill, it's proving to be a good choice, but it still feels weird that Harry Maguire is starting in the World Cup for England.
Yeah, it's. I mean, maybe that's only to their benefit, that it's not the same stars that we've known for years, where it was like, let's keep trying Gerrard and Lampard. Like the next manager, he'll be the one to figure it out. Like, just the same names over and over. Maybe it's. Someone asked, given their group, should Sweden really fear either of these teams in the next round?
Yes.
Should Sweden?
my instinct is that they're terrible, but they keep beating good teams, so I don't know what's happening.
Somehow, yeah. I don't believe that. They'll be lifting the World Cup, and I'll be like, Sweden are not very good, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what it would take for me to like believe. They would have to do a Leicester. Sweden would need to compete in the Premier League, win that, win Copa America, and then I would say, you know what? I think they're all right. They might do okay this World Cup.
I need Sweden to win both the World Cup, Euro Cup, and then make the semis of the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's that for me.
Exactly. If Sweden can survive a Sergio Ramos trip and elbow and can get back up and win, then Sweden's a good team. But yeah, I think the winner of this has to be a big favorite, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, Sweden's.
And Sweden didn't look great today.
And Switzerland aren't great, you know.
Switzerland. I thought Switzerland were the better team going into that match. I was surprised that they didn't play better, but I mean, Sweden. I mean, the thing is, Sweden hasn't faced like a real like striker yet, and the first 27 minutes of this match aside, both of these squads have someone who should be able to beat their defense. So we'll see.
Yeah,
they haven't conceded a lot.
No, I'm thinking of all the Sweden matches. All right, so their opener, they beat South Korea, and it was kind of routine and boring and Swedish. And then Germany, it was pretty evenly matched. Lost that one. Okay, I think you were watching. I mean, we all kind of watched that one. And then against Mexico, 3 bizarre goals. What, a penalty and an own goal and a freakish miss hit that failed to win it.
Yeah,
so, like,
this one, their goal was a huge deflection that goal took, and Switzerland had both those teams had good chances though, but neither of the squads have good clinical finishers, and Harry Kane and Falcao qualify.
Sure.
But neither of them is getting service right now, so Hey, maybe Sweden can. Oh God, that would be a. I mean, no offense to the Swedish viewers.
Please offend them.
It would be a bit of a bummer if they were in the semis with this squad. If they still had Zlatan, I'd be like, yeah, let's do this thing. Let's get weird.
You're fun, yeah.
And maybe there's a little bit of Ewing theory on that.
Yeah. I mean, look how great they've been without him.
Yeah.
I think I didn't realize it at the time because I thought it was so awesome and amazing. But in 2004, when Greece won the Euros, in some ways that was like the worst thing to happen because now teams really believe that if they play as absolutely boring and park the bus as much as possible, they too could win a major tournament.
It's been working in this tournament so
exactly.
far. All the teams have a 20% possession.
There's been a blueprint for that, and it's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, I'm not complaining. This tournament's been great. I love it, but you know what? I don't want teams trying to do that. Yeah. Especially Sweden they're on the cusp where they're a country that has some footballing pedigree where they don't need to do that. Yeah. They're not. If it's Panama, yeah, Peru or whatever. Even Peru play talking, but Iceland, yeah, you guys have about the population of this room right now. So yeah. I get it. You guys have to play defensively, but if you're a proper country, a footballing country, right?
Yeah,
some principles.
I'm with you. Oh man.
Anyone on Colombia so far in this tournament impressed you guys? I mean, we talked about Falcao kind of being back. Has he looked like new Monaco Falcao, or has he looked more like Chelsea and Man United and operating table Falcao?
I'd say he's been good. He's been good, but come on, Raheem, make me look better. Yeah, he's been solid, but it hasn't been a match or it hasn't even been a tournament where center forwards have taken matches over, with the exception of maybe Kane against Panama. But even in that match, his goals were fluky. He had a real fluky hat trick.
Yeah. Great penalties, my word.
Yeah. Yeah. But so I don't know. Cuadrado's looked really good in moments. I don't know. And it's also that I was watching that Colombia-Senegal match, as you were saying, sort of rooting for Senegal. So other than James, no one popped. It's that thing where when you're watching for one team, you only see
that team.
Yeah.
And everyone else is just bodies out there.
Yeah, unless they really fly off the screen like Cuadrado does with his speed.
Yeah. I don't know. England look a little bit out of sorts. I don't subscribe at all to the theory that they should have tried to beat Belgium, and because I think looking at the knockout stage, you have to say it was absolutely the right decision to not go for that. But they do look a little rusty, right? A couple slack passes here or there. I haven't quite connected. There's a couple players maybe timing their runs a little bit off.
Yeah. There hasn't been Colombia hasn't really given them a lot of room to break into. So I don't know. Ooh, a little chippy there between Maguire and Cuadrado. There hasn't really been room for anybody to make the sort of runs and deliver that service. I mean, Henderson's. I came on here wanting to hype him up. He's been pretty invisible this match.
Yeah. We'll take a look in a second at some of his touches and passes, and we'll see who's been the key performer so far. But I mean, there's no one that's really stood out for me that much, to be honest.
Yeah, Dele Alli's been really quiet too.
It's like nothing has really happened that much. There's been a few attempts, but nothing that really kind of got. I mean, I feel like every single shot has been blocked so far. There hasn't been anything that's been a real chance.
Did it?
Well,
except right here.
That's a tough shot.
I just feel like neither team's midfield's really settled the match. I haven't really noticed Quintero do much. Yeah, Ollie Lingard and Henderson have been quiet. Everything's come through Trippier, Young for England. And then Sterling up front. But
comparing those two midfields, though, without James, shouldn't England be controlling the midfield a bit? I mean, shouldn't they be asserting their influence a little more?
I wonder if they're waiting. I mean, this would be... I'd be interested to see if at some point they start bringing Kyle Walker up more. You know what I mean? Or Maguire
as
up
he
more.
was meant to be, right?
Yeah, exactly. And because they're outnumbered in the midfield right now, especially in the center of the pitch, so that even though they have more technical skill there, things are clogged up for them. It might be a way to unclog it, but it's risky because Falcao and Cuadrado can get behind. That's nice.
There's a through one. Yeah, Terry was Skyping me earlier. I know she wants to see. I'd like to see Jamie Vardy too. Maybe out here. You know, so I just feel like speed is such a weapon, especially in matches where maybe it's getting a little cagey. You know, where you feel like you aren't quite finding that. Someone who's just got raw speed can unlock something. You know, beat one player that upsets the balance of defense or something like that. Again, I'm no master tactician, but
no, I think that'll be one of the first options they go to if it stays tied or if they fall behind. Oh boy.
Do you cheer for England usually? I mean, I know you're a Liverpool supporter, or is it like when there are a lot of Liverpool players in the England team?
Obviously, if there are a lot of if Ox and Lallana were here, I'd be losing my mind right now.
Yeah.
But they'd also be up 3-0, so no doubt about that. I think it depends on the tone. Like, I think the reason that there's optimism around this team is because the expectations aren't really there, and it's kind of fun to root for them. So yeah, I get on board with this type of England team when like it's a bunch of like sad old men going for it for one last hurrah, but you know they're not going to do it. Then it's no fun. No one wants to see like 33-year-old any of those guys back MG.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no Lampard, elderly Lampard is no fun.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you guys?
I usually do, just because I follow the Premier League a lot, and I don't know, I kind of identify a little bit with England where they have this history and they haven't, you know, they've struggled for so long. Like at some point laughing at the English is kind of like, all right, now they got to win.
Yeah.
The kind of way, like if the Browns ever won something, I'd be like, good for them. Good, like, you know what?
Yeah.
You guys have suffered long enough. I like to see people come out of exile and like.
I mean, they haven't suffered. I mean, they've been a good team. It's not like the Browns are like the worst team in the NFL for decades.
But the thing is, they've
like,
had
do you
good
have to be
teams
the
and
best team in the world to like not suffer?
I mean, it's more like the Eagles winning this year or something, where like they've had runs, but it hasn't quite worked.
Sure.
And they've lost the golden. They've managed to not win with like a couple really good generations of players. Oh, that was a good idea.
Oh, Terry, I forgot, of course, from Detroit, a Lions fan, so she knows that game.
Never cheer for the Browns.
No.
Cleveland, they need some love right now. They're in a dark place.
It's so much better than last time LeBron left, though. The fact that he won this time once.
They
like,
can't be mad. No Comic Sans.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the most disappointing part. I wanted the
we were
Comic Sans
talking.
so badly.
It would have been great if Dan Gilbert was like self-aware enough to put like one line in Comic Sans about like, you know, just to like know that like make fun of himself.
Or because he had like, did you read the letter he wrote? It was like pretty nice. It
Yeah.
was like really respectful, and it's like can't wait to retire as number one.
Yeah,
if the whole thing had been in Comic Sans,
or just like
really really friendly and respectful Comic Sans.
I wish he just like retweeted his tweet from 4 years ago. Or whatever. Just like.
Yeah.
The so-called king will not win before Cleveland will win.
Put the like eye emoji, just like. Yeah, I love that.
Man.
But it was all. I also enjoyed it the first time because you actually got to see what an owner thinks when there's no PR person next to him. Like
and
what
it's
you like.
kind of like disgusting. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's
they
good. It's
literally like. I mean, they're
It's
called
good.
owners, but they feel like they have ownership over these
Yeah.
people.
He's accrued what, a couple $1 billion by floating bad mortgages. Like
Who
Dan
hasn't?
Gilbert, yeah, exactly.
Who hasn't? We all did what we had to in the crisis, right?
Yeah,
Just to
Dan
get by.
Gilbert, noted hero of the people.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
There you
should
go.
be dangerous.
All right, who's taking this free kick?
Is it going to be
Lingard.
Ashley Young again?
You say that with such gusto. Ashley Young again. This is in
That's definitely
Alexander
foul.
Arnold territory. It's too bad he's not out
Yeah.
there. That was a bit better though. England passing the ball a little bit in the final third.
Yeah, that was nice. And getting Kane a dangerous spot to run forward, 25 yards out. That's first time he's good with the ball at his feet. Like
Underrated, yeah.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's why he's so good. yeah, I think he's legitimately one of the best pure strikers in the world right now. Like, I don't think there's any question. And he can do a lot of things well. I don't know, he looks, I mean, he's obviously not freakishly tall like Crouch, but like you almost expect him to be gangly and like uncoordinated, but he's not. He can move, he can hold the ball up well, pass well.
He's not just like the first time finisher. Like you can play it to him in the channel and he'll angle a shot. You know, like he knows how to he can create that 1 yard.
Yep.
But he doesn't, look fast like Vardy or Sterling. You know, it's not like, or he's not like sexy about it really. Like he just kind of does it routinely.
Yeah. Yeah, or like young Torres or something was like, oh man, Lingard and Cuadrado are fighting. Mark Geiger not controlling the match at all. America representing.
There you go.
Oh, Hendo's starting it. What is happening?
What is that?
Oh my God.
Oh, Hendo, yup. There it is.
We got a little headbutt and
Little light head.
It wasn't even a headbutt. It was like
Well,
his
he
hair
did.
brushed
He-
his chin.
I don't
It
know.
was a
You
headbutt to the
can't-
chest.
you know what that was? That was like a classic cuddling move right there, where you kind of just nestle your head in there.
You can't
My cat does that
nuzzle
to me when I get home every day.
Hendo's chin. He's a look, man. You got to ask for permission if you're gonna do that with Jordan Henderson.
It's 2018, right?
yeah. Is it?
But I don't know, when you're
20,000?
like this supposed to be
It's
this
85 in my mind,
defensive
so.
midfield powerhouse guy, and then you just go down that weakly.
Oh man.
You gotta have at least like, I mean,
Oh,
I don't know.
they're taking a look. Yellow card?
Yeah, yellow's
Ooh.
right. I mean, he could.
That was
I
dumb.
actually think that's the right choice because I
need
feel like
double
there's
technicals.
certain. I feel like that Turkish ref whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but you know who I'm talking about. I feel like he might have shown a red there.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
man, he's suspended for the next match.
That's a dumbass way to miss the next match, huh?
Yep.
Especially if James is still out.
Yeah.
You just
Although he
decimated your
plays
midfield.
Yeah.
defensive midfield, but yeah.
Still-
At some
Still
point,
not
you
good.
run
Yeah,
out, you run out of
yeah.
bodies, yeah. Oh boy.
And this is all still
Why are
with
they
this
still
dangerous free kick coming.
I don't know how dangerous it is if Trippier is taking it.
Yeah. was
I feel like I'd let Kane take this because this is basically where he can shoot from. You know, where he's got that because he can hit that hard.
Like if you're in a
right-footed curl
scoring
shot.
spot from it, why are you having a right back shoot it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Does Trippier take? I assume for Spurs he must take.
I mean, I would think if it's
Because
more
usually-
like
it's usually
a cross
Eriksen,
kind of thing.
right? Like-
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
Eriksen.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm surprised Dele Alli isn't being considered for this, but yeah, it is Eriksen for them. He's real good at this.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, how could?
Oh.
But they were complaining about someone who was about 4 yards away. Look, how is he standing there? I can't tell if it was Cuadrado or who. Is someone just standing 4 yards away?
Colombia's just trying to get in their heads now.
This is gonna get.
That's the way to go, honestly. Mind games
Yeah.
with England.
What kind of mind games would you play? What's your mind game go-to?
My go-to, well, for me, I mean, I play basketball. Well, I attempted to.
You
But-
throw that orange ball up a little bit.
My thing
Yeah.
is just to go in like, self-deprecating mind games. So I go and trick them into thinking.
Really?
Well, I am pretty bad, but I'll just be, I don't know, I try to lull them into thinking I'm worse than I am.
That's good. Really fake people.
Or just like try and like make them see being less competitive by me being nice to them. Like, oh, I'm gonna care that you fell down and try and help you up.
That's
And then they're like, oh, I'm not gonna be cutthroat against this guy because
That's
he's
real
such a nice
devious
guy.
stuff there, Kev. That's
Yeah,
dark.
wow.
That's next level. You're
Wow.
playing chess out there, huh?
I don't think that's the
Chinese
Colombian.
checkers.
That's not the Colombian mind game.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they're
Historically.
about. Could be a new Colombia though.
Yeah. I will say when I was like, and I've heard it's true at this World Cup too, like the Colombian middle class really shows out at these big tournaments now. And like, speaking of just new Colombia, like it's like, it was surprising. Like the being in the Maracana, watching them play, you were like, this is mostly families, mostly middle class. It wasn't at all the stereotypes of Colombia.
Yeah.
Circa
Drug
the
dealers.
U.S. World Cup.
Yeah, right.
Or just like, dude, like it wasn't like dudes. It was like families. I was like, this is, hey, Colombia. We, yeah.
Come a long way. Is that the best game you say you'd seen live? That one?
That's the best goal I've seen live. The Suarez was suspended for that match, and Cavani just was at his Uruguayan not scoring like getting in dangerous spots. So it just felt like Colombia was going to win the whole way, and then once they banged in that goal, it was over. So I feel like I've been in some really good Sounders matches, but like, this is certainly the best played match I saw.
The most notable people.
Yes, Puskas Award winner. You know, not often.
Yeah, that's true. And that was really the match where I think he kind of said, "Yeah, this is mine. I'll be having this trophy, boys." True the Sport says Kevin seems like the type of guy to just clap in your face sarcastically and cackle. Is that true?
That actually, I forgot that's my go-to move.
Can you flash the Clint Dempsey face? The Clint Dempsey stank face? I'll pull up the GIF.
My go-to is I glare at someone and just like stare at them nonstop and clap for an extended period of time that's like way more than socially acceptable. And then that's my intimidation.
Hold on.
Oh boy, here it goes again. Sterling. I like that.
I don't know if I can contort I don't know if I have the cheek muscles for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's next level.
Cheek muscles. Those.
I mean, maybe back in my my high school days.
Your pull-up day?
Back when I...
That's so singular.
My pull-up day?
Yeah, back when you were doing your pull-up.
I haven't reached that day yet.
Still hanging from that bar, huh?
Hanging for a couple seconds, and it's just too much.
Man, no real great chances in this first half for either side.
To be honest,
3 minutes of stoppage time though, because of all that nonsense.
Because of one little baby, one little cuddle, unreciprocated, and I think if you're the managers, I think Southgate has to change it early. I think if you let this go to extra time, England's going to lose, or penalties. Like there's just too much bad karma. There's too much concern, especially it's like going on tilt.
What do you think they need though? Like, they're not really controlling the midfield. They also aren't getting runners behind, but they're not giving up anything. No. And they've had the slightly better. Like, do you bring on Rashford? Do you bring on Vardy?
Maybe
Danny Welbeck. Yikes!
Oh God. Maybe he's on the squad.
Yeah, times have gotten tough.
Okay.
Maybe it is kind of releasing Walker a little bit and giving him some more freedom somehow.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm surprised he doesn't seem like a back three defender to me. You know, like he's a guy you set loose. You know, you set him on the wing to run and then to create an attack up there. I mean, I know Trippier has also had a great tournament. Is very good at that, but I don't know. I think you got to find a way.
Yeah, we can take a look at halftime at some of the average positions to see
for sure
how these people are actually.
Oh.
It seemed that was like the first clean shot on target.
Yeah.
Jeez,
there's the mind games up there.
Seriously.
Falcao.
We know that's a dangerous move. Don't play that game. God. Don't play that game.
Oh man.
I have a lot of thoughts about that. Not enough time to talk about them. But
no, there's never going to be a good time to talk about Loris Karius.
I told someone asked and I told him too soon.
Oh!
Hit it! Oh! Got a touch. I said the only time I'll be ready to laugh about that is when we win the next. You know, like once we won one, then we can look back and laugh.
Although I'll say, as a Seahawks fan, even when you've won one and then the next year something like that happens,
still hurts. That was pretty
week-long depression for old Spike. You know, didn't get out of bed right for a good solid week. I would have nightmares that like the Super Bowl was about to start, which is like messed up. Like I'd wake up and be like, "Oh, the Super Bowl is about to start," and then we still lost to the Patriots.
Got another question: is Henderson really a negative passer? I feel like he does a lot of positive, but doesn't get enough credit.
Yes,
we can take. We'll take a look
I agree.
At that.
Who asked that question?
That was
I 100%
Dale
agree.
asked that.
Dale, my man. Yes.
Well,
I think he's so good at hitting balls that switch the field. I think he's cautious, but when he is penetrative with his passes, he hits them accurately. He is patient in terms of build-up, but in terms of the length of pass that he creates, his accuracy is pretty good. His accuracy is not insane, but I think he does a lot really well. He's got a bad rap for like the times when he played very early in his career alongside the likes of Charlie Adam and Downing, and like he was bought alongside a lot of bad players, and it's just like stuck to him, and he doesn't finish well. Like, there's so many highlights of him not quite getting on the end of a ball or something. Like, so he doesn't have, like, he hasn't erased those original memories, but he's so good. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the intangibles, that it's hard to, there's no highlight reel and there's no real stat, but like, he understands space where he knows where to sit, that it makes the other team have to play the ball to a less dangerous position. And there's no real way to show that because that's not a highlight, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't dive in where all of a sudden he creates a huge gap for them to run into. So something like that. And also the fact that, you know, and I don't know him personally, but by all accounts, he's a great like leader and like character. And, you know, like he looks after his body and no bullshit. You know, so like there's a reason why managers keep making him captain or vice captain because he's like kind of a model, you know, like player. Like he's very professional.
Yeah, and his work rate in terms of tracking back is excellent. Is that the end of the half? Or are they calling a foul there? Why is it not the end of the half? We're to the 5th minute of first half stoppage time. All right, there we go. Mark Geiger, blow the whistle.
It's time. I think when we go to half, we'll take a quick look at some stats, and then we'll have old Mr. Mask join us on a video call, which should be some good fun. We miss having him around, so we got that to look forward to momentarily.
Oh, it's still, there it is.
I think that is half.
That's it.
So let's take a look at some stats here quickly. Okay, we'll start with a quick match stats team comparison, as we saw. England with some of the better possession. Anything here jumping out to you, Spike? What are you seeing? Anything that talks to you?
I mean, both sides only having one attempt on target is loud. The fact that Colombia doesn't have any corners at all is interesting. They're just not in dangerous areas of the field. Total passes in the final third, they're being pretty much destroyed. So yeah, they just haven't created much at all. England's created a little bit more. Aerially, it's pretty equal. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's been an interesting match that England has had slightly better of, but I bet Colombia is happier to be 0-0 right now.
Sure. So we saw England have more possession, but a lot of it was in their own half. I mean, it's the failed Colombia quick counterattacks where then England have built a little bit slower, maybe even too slowly, I would argue.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. There certainly hasn't been any time where England has been going into Colombia's third of the field with, like, no bodies in space.
Has there been any moment where you kind of got that edge of your seat, here it comes type moment? Maybe one sort of half chance.
Yeah,
but
It feels like it's just been off of like a turnover of possession. Like, oh, maybe they have a chance to, like, if Colombia just turn it over in their own half.
So looking at the average, like XY coordinates of the English players throughout the match, yeah, you can see how deep Harry Kane's had to come, which we were talking about. We were criticizing Neymar for doing that because we don't think that's effective. And would you say maybe it's something similar we're seeing here, where Sterling is the furthest forward?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what Sterling, he isn't asked to do that much tracking back at City. They're so good at maintaining possession that I wonder if he is allowing himself to drift too far forward, potentially, forcing Kane to do some more defensive work than he like. Also, you can see the imbalance here in terms of left-right. They're really trying to go up the left side of the pitch. And also, you're seeing that back three is pretty flat. Like, Walker is not in any more of an advanced position than Maguire.
For me, how can he be if Trippier is playing this deep? You would expect Trippier to be living in this half, right? As he kind of did the first few games when he was one of the best attackers who created a lot of chances with his crossing. Quick look at Colombia.
Oh,
It's kind of the opposite, where it's all loaded to the right side.
I feel like this is maybe a reaction. To
packing and then trying to attack down that flank with Cuadrado. You can see him really just being like, all right, so their plan is outlet the ball far down that flank while England's coming up it. Maybe we'll get something there. I'll be able to cross it to Falcao. It just hasn't worked yet. It just hasn't come together.
Especially with only 3 in the back line, there's maybe more space for Falcao to run into if you can get there quickly.
Can't, like this shows that Colombia is set up to be dangerous. It just hasn't worked yet.
So we'll look at their attacking zones, and yep, as we said, almost 60% coming down the right wing, whereas England the majority has been on the left. So the ball has been pretty much one half of the field. Each team wants to just keep going on that. They should someone should tell them that there's a whole other parts of the field they could play into if they wanted to.
We were just saying about Henderson potentially being the guy who's capable of switching play. Haven't seen and that he was also pretty invisible, especially for the first 25 minutes of that half. That could be what the issue is. I mean,
so here is Jordan Henderson's pass app. And for a center midfield with a team that's had more possession, you'd probably look for maybe a little more than 20 passes.
Yeah.
And 13-7 is not
great.
Not that impressive. Now to Dale's question earlier, let's take away all the sideways and backwards passes and see all of his forward passes. 6 unsuccessful, only 4 were completed. And these aren't, other than this one ball here, these aren't long, incisive passes. This is fairly routine stuff here.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, he's the only traditional center mid sort of in that. I mean, playing it all defensively and distributing with Lingard and Ali more attacking, and that's not good enough. And I say that again. I thought I would be here hyping up Jordan Henderson. He's letting me down.
Still another half to play.
Yeah,
it's going to be a tale of two halves is we're going to look at.
God willing.
Harry Kane, 30 touches. I can think of maybe 2 of them, 3 of them off the top of my head.
You can see that header in the
One
box. But yeah, 1 touch in the box. That's none with his feet. Not a single touch with his feet in the box.
He's tracking back pretty far to get the ball.
To be honest.
Yeah.
This one, I think, was it when he won the free kick or he was coming back to it? Wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was. This isn't a touch storming into the box or anything like that. So, again, maybe something they need to try to focus on getting him in these more dangerous positions. And lastly, before Mr. Mass joins us, let's take a quick look at. Well, we can see Harry Kane too. This is already screwing up his on target and scoring percentage. We can see 2 misses. That's destroyed everything. But let's look at the entire England's team, all their shots. Wide, over. 1 forced save, blocks.
1 forced save from a really not dangerous angle.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's just like the story of this round. Possession is becomes a bit meaningless if you can't create strong scoring opportunities.
Nothing particularly dangerous.
On the other side, Colombia, not that.
Yeah, I mean, one good shot from outside the box, but
and that was
nothing.
Right at Pickford, didn't have to move at all.
Yeah, and not a single shot from inside the box.
I guess if you're England, you say, job done at the back.
Yeah, job done at the back. But if I were looking at these trends, again, Colombia is weirdly closer to creating a big chance right now. Because if they just get Cuadrado the ball and he gets a little bit of space, they've done a great job dealing with him so far, but that feels closer to creating a big chance.
There's been a couple moments where you've seen him sprint down the side where okay, this could turn into something, where I don't think England's had those moments.
Yeah.
I agree. And let's see if our old pal Mr. Mask agrees. Terry, we got Masky ready?
Yep.
All right, so turn the top button on there. Kevin and I are going to get real close.
Get another one of those cuddling fouls.
Cuddling fouls?
How are you, lads?
Mr. Mask, how you doing?
Not too bad at all.
Welcome to the convention.
Sunny LA.
Is it not sunny there in Ireland?
Oh, it is. No, it is quite warm. We've a heat wave going on here, lads. It's around 25 degrees.
I don't know what that means.
That's what, 76?
74, 75 or so.
Sweater weather, as I like to say. Maschino, tell us, what do you think of this England match so far?
What a match so far, lads, I'm telling you. End-to-end stuff. It's really poor. I think England should be doing a lot better. They're not really kind of creating a lot of chances. Even when Colombia, because they're playing so deep, they're trying to get the ball from the back. But when they're going forward, there's nothing there. Falcao is trying to run with the ball. I don't know if you saw him in the first half. You're kind of going, don't give the ball to him. He's 32 years of age. He's nearly getting his bleeding pension. Give the ball to someone who's going to, create. And Barrios should have been sent off in the first half as well. Barrios with that headbutt. What was he doing?
That was not a headbutt.
What did you make of that? You thought that was...
Listen, if that goes to VAR, right? If that goes to VAR, that's the whole reason we have VAR is for those decisions. He did headbutt him. He should be sent off, 100%. Give him a yellow card as a cop-out. I'm sorry, it's poor.
Where's the breakthrough going to come through, or what needs to happen to get a goal here?
Well, listen, I think 6 of the last 8 England goals have come from set pieces. I think England really need to get that ball into Kane, get Stones up there. I think that's one way they're going to break them down. Like, I'm just not too impressed by England at all. You know, I'm a massive fan of England, but they're just not doing it. They're just not doing it today. Football is not going to come home if they continue on to play like this.
You think Ireland's likelier to score before either of these two teams, huh?
Well, listen, if Sweden can win a game and they can beat Switzerland, like, anyone could do it.
What
Would
you reckon in that game this morning? I know you were loving that. I know you're a huge fan of the Swedish play and their style.
Listen, there's one thing I will say about Sweden is that whatever game plan they have, they're being effective. I don't like them in terms of, how they play. But whatever they do it right. They beat Italy to get to the World Cup. Italy could not score against them to get to the World Cup. So they have to be respected, even though it's really bad to watch. And listen, our guy Forsberg got the goal today as well, so at least we got something right.
It took you a few times to get that Forsberg video right, and
man, listen, we were raving about him. We were absolutely raving about him.
Just a little Easter egg for you is after the match we'll be posting on YouTube a Mr. Mass blooper reel of all your greatest hits while you're recording that Forsberg video, so you can see and your fans can see some of the magic of the man behind the mask and what goes on to present that cool exterior, very composed and polished that you've got there.
But listen, lads, there's one thing I will say as well. I don't know what you guys think. Colombia are no great shakes. They're missing their main man. They're missing James out here. They got beaten by Argentina twice in the qualification. They're beaten 3-0 and 1-0. They only had a 2-goal difference to qualify for the World Cup. So we're not dealing with world beaters here. This is England's big kind of opportunity to get as far as they can in the World Cup that they've probably ever gotten the chance to before. They need to beat teams like this, and tonight we're seeing the full England team out here, and we're not seeing them deliver at all.
Do you think there's a substitution or tactical switch they can make coming in these first 15 minutes of the second half that would really give them an advantage going forward?
Absolutely. Well, Dele Alli doesn't look like he's fit. Dele Alli looks like he's carrying a bit of an injury there. I would bring in Loftus-Cheek, give him a game. I'd also bring in Rashford. I think Rashford needs to get onto the pitch. He's the guy who can create. He's pacey. Once England can hit that ball over the top, they can really make Colombia suffer. It's all with pace, though. But in fairness to Colombia, they probably need to do the same. They need to bring on some fresh legs. I think the guy... what's it? Is it a Creata or something like that? I think his name is.
Oh boy!
Again, I'm not great with pronunciation.
I love it when you pronounce Spanish names. It's a real dream come true for me.
It sounds like O'Mahony. No, it's not. But yeah, I want to see more from Cuadrado as well. I think he's a player who can really get the ball. He can really punish England. You want to see more Falcao. We've seen him score during the World Cup so far. He's another player that can threat.
What do you reckon of Jordan Henderson's performance so far? We've got a big Henderson guy sitting on the table here.
This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
Listen, you know I'm a massive Liverpool fan, Sevy. I'm a huge Liverpool fan. But what I will say is that he did go down fairly easily on that little headbutt. even though he should have been sent off, he went down like a little baby. So in fairness to him, I would expect him to do a little bit better. The thing is, Neymar has really been letting himself down, and I'm really pissed off on Neymar. He's one of the best players in the world, right?
There's no need, right? He's
doing that shit that he was doing yesterday. I mean, come on. It's really uncalled for. This flopping or diving or theatrics, they should be getting a fucking Oscar. It's absolutely disgraceful, all this stuff that's going on the pitch. In fairness to Henderson, how has he been doing? Yeah, he's been an okay. I mean, Dyer could do a better job, in my opinion. But listen,
really?
Yeah. I think Dyer has a lot more about him. Defensively, I think he's better. I think he can also pick out a pass. With Henderson, he hasn't really shown us that he has the kind of the creative flair to deliver that final ball, especially for England. I mean, he can barely do it for Liverpool, so never mind England. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Boy.
He can curl one in.
Shots fired.
He can curl one in. He scored against City. He scored against, what was it, Chelsea, I think he scored against too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see a better half. I want to see a bit more creativity. But my kind of gut instinct here, lads, is that it's going to go to penalties. I reckon England are going to go out on penalties again.
Oh, hey,
boy.
don't, you know we can see you. You don't have to smile so big when you're saying that.
But the other thing about it is, lads, is that apparently England have picked all their 5 penalty takers already. They have been practicing. But I think when it comes down to the pressure, I think Colombia might take them.
I heard that, and I was kind of surprised that England would readily admit that. You know, it's almost it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy to say, hey, we're already ready to take a shootout, you know, and we know who's taking it. So this time, it's going to be different.
They're shitting themselves. They are shitting themselves. If it does go to penalty, they are really going to be nervous because they know the history there. Their record at penalty shootouts. Have they won one, Sevi? I don't think that they have.
Not recent. I'm looking at Spike. I'm like, oh, not in my recent memory. I'm sure they won one once, sometime.
But you know, I'm looking at Colombia here, and I'm thinking there needs to. If they do get a chance, they need to take it because I don't think they're going to get too many chances in the second half. But yeah, my gut kind of feeling is that it's going to be a 0-0 penalty shootout, and then they're going to be knocked out.
Very, very bold prediction. What do you guys think here, sitting with me?
I just hope that it's not that because man, those 2 hours of nothing happening is not the most fun to watch.
I think we're going to get more chances, and I think you're right that they're going to come from Cuadrado and potentially a faster English substitute. And I like to think that Henderson's going to be the one delivering that ball to maybe a Rashford to be able to create some real chances, get some shots on the box.
Give us a scoreline. Put your neck out here. And
I'm going to go, let's get weird. Let's go 2-1 England.
2-1. So a three-goal explosion.
Let's
somewhere.
get weird.
All right.
I don't know. Why not? Why not root for goals?
I have a 1-0 Colombia.
Oof.
1-0
off a
Colombia?
deflection.
I'm in. Come
All
on,
right.
Kev.
I'm gonna go with 1-0 England, and it's gonna be a Harry Kane penalty when Sterling's dribbling in the box like away from goal, and someone does a stupid foul, gives him a nice cheap penalty, and Kane buries it.
That sounds like the most likely result.
Yeah, and then England will celebrate it like they had a barnstormer, and football will be coming home in their minds for another few days at least.
Until Sweden beats them.
Sevi, is that a Liverpool jersey you have on there? Is it?
I found one. They were just giving them out here. So
What year is that?
this is 2003 away. I believe this is when Liverpool signed Harry Kewell. I got this one.
Oh, from Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they win the league that year?
Not that one. No, that one wasn't our year.
Since Liverpool last won the league, though.
It's been a few years. Let me say, if it was a child, it would be getting a job nowadays. But
college.
I'm still waiting on Shamrock Rovers as well. So I'll make a little bet with you. Whoever wins the title first, the other one will owe the other guy a drink. So.
Let's do it.
Could be sober for a while. All right, Mr. Mass, thanks for joining us. We're going to join the second half here, but it's been a pleasure as always, and look forward to chatting with you again soon.
All right, see you, lads. Take care. Enjoy the game.
All right, bye. He's probably looking for a good taco place out there.
Yeah, I'm sure Irish tacos are
most
authentic.
That sounds like a dirty slang where it's like, the older kid on the playground, someone's talking about Irish tacos. Tell me what that means.
I'm worried about Jordan Pickford in a hypothetical penalty situation.
About Pickford?
Yeah. Do we know? I don't know if he's good at saving them historically.
I don't know.
I know that he was picked for his distribution rather than his shot stopping. So.
Which is, it's what you go for in a keeper. You want distribution, and maybe he'll save some shots.
If it's penalties, I don't love the idea of the goalkeeper being basically my size, 6'1".
Yeah.
Like, I want him lankier, but hey.
Terry, give us a fact check. Let us know how many penalties Pickford's faced and saved. You're getting too comfortable over there. We got to give you some homework.
So I didn't notice any changes at halftime. Were there any subs?
Don't believe so.
Thought you were a launchpad guy there, Kev. Good stat. This is the 23rd match at this World Cup that's been 0-0 at half, and only one game has finished that way. Everyone's favorite, Denmark and France. So that's good. So
promising.
We should have some goals in this. Not to be so American, but
exactly.
I love goals.
Oh, look. No,
Everyone does.
yeah. It takes a very... I think like there's probably some French guy out there who's like, no goals.
Yeah, so some contrarian.
Yeah, but, hey. All right. Yeah, no subs at the half.
That's fine. I mean, you don't want to panic.
No.
Especially
No.
if, and it already has a little bit of the stench of extra time on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to burn your subs that early if you think this could be going 2 hours.
And like as little in the way of clear-cut chances as England's created, they still have to be happy with the fact that they've allowed even less going the other way. Yikes.
Yeah, Colombia hasn't run riot on them where it's like, whoa, we didn't expect this. What do we have to? They've been composed enough. All right. So Terry, you're saying how many penalties has faced? Is that 25? Pickford's faced 25.
He's faced 30.
Faced 30, stopped 5.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. What's the average? You'd expect them to have stopped 7?
A couple more than that, right? Out of 30, or maybe
because it's like what 25. Well,
maybe a little closer to 10. If you know what I mean, like 1 in 3 maybe he stops.
that feels high, isn't it? Like 25%.
I don't know. But I tell you what, 5 doesn't exactly inspire
Nope.
confidence.
No.
Colombia isn't looking at that going, oh my God, how are we going to get past this guy?
I'll get the
Stats and research department. You thought you were just going to come and watch a game and putting you to work in
This
here.
is good. 83% of penalties go in, 12% are saved. So that's actually, and he's saved 5 of 30. That's about on average.
Average.
Yeah, so he's about average at it. I guess it could be worse. He could be below average.
Yeah, it could always get worse.
Oh.
Like to see it a little more fast and loose.
I feel like you can really feel I'm saying feel too much. James's absence. There's just not a lot of creativity on the Colombian side. It feels like kind of just, I don't know, they haven't strung anything together at all that's made me.
I mean, we know they're trying to break fast, but I think everyone kind of does now. Like, there's not a lot of guile about it. It's just.
Look at how flat England's defense ends up being with Henderson dropping all the way back.
Terry says, Ospina, on the other hand, has faced 38 and only saved 3, so below average.
Arsenal.
How's he been for Arsenal? Like, what's the Arsenal take on Ospina?
Is he gone now?
I'm not sure. I know they just got.
It's hard-hitting stuff there, Kev. May or may not be an
Yeah,
Arsenal
he's still
player.
there.
Well, he's backup. He plays in whenever Czech feels like not playing. But I know they just signed a new keeper that Czech's going to have to compete against. I don't know. I mean, if Ospina's playing, I'm assuming they're not trying to win.
Classic League Cup
Yeah.
keeper.
Carabao Cup, or what? I don't even know. It changes every year. I can't.
One of those.
It was the best when it was the Milk Cup.
Milk Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
The Milk Cup. I mean, that's an actual cup.
It was
That's
like
good.
called Milk Cup. It was called like Worthington Cup, Carling Cup. They'll pour anything in that fucking.
Yeah.
Are
Can
they
you
even
blame 'em?
caribou in the UK?
What's that?
Are the caribou? Do they even exist in England?
Or you're saying is that like a unicorn for them?
Well, I mean, are they indigenous to England? Is that like if that's the League Cup? Caribou is not caribou? Okay, never mind. That is about the animal.
Guess you didn't learn how to pronounce that in Canada, huh?
Well, I mean,
What is caribou?
I'm not talking about Canada, though. I'm talking about England.
God.
But you're a man of culture. You visited.
It's an energy drink, but it's also a swamp-type domestic water buffalo native to the Philippines.
What?
So
Oh.
there we go. That's if
Swamp
anything
buffalo?
screams
That sounds
League
terrible.
Cup soccer.
Yeah.
It is a swamp-type domestic water buffalo native to
a
the
domestic
Philippines.
swamp
synonymous
buffalo?
with the lower leagues, and yeah.
Yeah.
Also, who names their energy drink after that? Like, what? You're like, oh, I've got it. I've got the right idea. Like,
Swamp buffaloes.
hear me out.
Oh, that's dangerous.
There could be a red
Ooh,
card.
another yellow. Yeah.
Is that Mina?
That's like a harsh yellow. But Geiger's got to take control of this match, American style.
Oh, he put it in his back. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was a follow through, a nice follow through.
No, it's not a crazy yellow. Just could have gotten away with it.
Let him play.
Ashley Young. Will he beat the first man? Maybe.
Well, Mass was talking about set pieces. That might be England's best way through. Not that Colombia are a tiny team. I mean, their center backs are large.
Oh, yeah.
Or this could be where Sterling could go down in the box to get a penalty for Kane.
Hey.
I didn't want to jinx it, but
Good
good ball. Oh, you got to rise up.
I think they got a corner though, right?
Yeah, unless the flag went up. Looked
Davison
close.
Sanchez. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was great, actually.
McGuire was there.
Yeah, he was. Oh boy, more of this.
Henderson. Right in the middle.
I've never
of
seen
the-
Henderson get so involved in anything physical. This is probably that's the first fight he's ever been in his life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like I have like a vague memory of him getting into it one time. Oh, against Diego Costa. Yeah. One time.
Carabao. Oh, there it is. Penalty.
Oh!
Penalty.
Mark Geiger taking control of the match
Mr. Geiger.
for America.
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
This will be 10 minutes.
Whoa, did he just push the player? Geiger's getting into it.
USA.
Here we go.
US. They said we weren't going to be at this World Cup. That is so harsh.
That's a little soft.
That is so harsh. That is insane.
Well,
A yellow
he's
for
getting
that?
held there. And then if Kane,
I mean, like, that is like...
I wouldn't call that.
I wouldn't call that, and I certainly wouldn't give a card for that. Even if you do call it.
You think it comes back?
I don't know. I don't think it's clear and incontrovertible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
Yeah.
I'd look at that on video and be like, oh, that's not a foul at all. So I don't think you can overturn it. The yellow card is just brutally harsh. I feel like this could really be a ball don't lie situation, too. Right now, I feel like Harry Kane knows what
He's
he
going to
did.
sky it.
This is why you need James Milner on the pitch. Mr. Consistency from the penalty spot.
So we've seen Harry Kane take a million penalties recently, and he goes high and to the left. Does he take the same one? That rocket?
Oh, I don't know. This is an Arsenal Spurs. This is a North London derby matchup right now. They know each other.
It is.
These are two guys who know each other. They hate each other. I don't think Ospina actually cares that much.
I don't think Harry Kane actually hates anybody. You know, he just
No, he's too nice of a guy.
yeah, he's kind of vanilla.
I
I think he
do-
switches it up. I think there's too much
I
familiarity.
think he chips it down the middle,
Okay.
and it
well,
goes too high and misses.
Oh, man.
that was dark.
I've had a weird
just want things to go wrong.
Harry Kane take for a while, which is that
Hit
he
us with
kind
it.
of looks like Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia if he bleached
Oh my
his
God.
hair.
the comb back.
That's 100% accurate,
There's
yeah.
something about his face, and I don't know what it is, but I felt like this was the time to bring
It's
it
the-
up.
The
It's
hair,
hair.
and it's the nose,
Yeah.
I think, too.
Yeah. And it's the like
Facial
kind of
structure.
they like and the
everything.
kind of beard that like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's Jesus Christ, it's gonna go
This
forever.
is we were at 4 minutes of nonsense.
Who
right
else is
now.
getting yellow?
Henderson?
What?
No, you can't give a beautiful boy a card.
What for?
Geiger taking control of the match.
Headbutt.
Oh,
Headbutt.
reverse headbutt.
That's a red. Straight red.
Oh no. What is he doing?
Why? You just got a penalty. Why do anything? Just
I don't know. Because he's Jordan Henderson, man. You can't
Colombia's
tell
mind
him.
games are working.
hard man Jordan Henderson.
They're getting under England's skin.
They're clapping in their face.
It's the long game here.
Yeah.
They're gonna be mentally exhausted by the time the shootout comes
Oh
around.
no, this Kane score
That's
goal
the
kid
s-
is
that's
going to
like
be
the
the
saddest
saddest
sign.
meme in the
he
world
already
if he
looks
doesn't
sad.
hit this.
He's got defeatist behavior. All right, you can't. If you go left, you're gonna get blocked. You've got to go to your right. Oh, Terry, good image of Mac up there. I see it. That's good. That was good. I think you have to switch it. You got to go right.
Ospina's doing the inside the goal defense here.
He's made him wait too long. So he's had to wait an hour to take this.
This is smart by Colombia. You give up these 3 minutes of gameplay just to, I mean, yeah, how much stoppage time do we get now? At least 5 minutes.
Come on, Kane.
He's in a balloon it.
Got it!
Was that straight down Broadway?
I think so.
Oh, he's happy.
Oh, yeah, that kid would have been the saddest meat if he missed that. It would have been great. Now it's kind of boring.
Because they wouldn't even had to find him for another shot. They could have used that first one where he looked like distraught before. Harry Kane's going to win the Golden Boot scoring like 1 goal from open play.
That's so harsh.
It's just because he looked like he was piggybacking him at the end.
Yeah, he did like a bucking Bronco
Kane tripped
thing.
on his own or whatever. Fell on.
Man, and this has been the World Cup of kick saves, and he almost got it. Akinfeev's was incredible.
Yeah, that was great because you saw him like move his foot to actually hit it. It wasn't just dumb luck. Like he swung it there. All right, Harry Kane.
He looks like he constantly has just been like punched in the forehead. He's got like a very red, both sides of his forehead. Like
he looks like Peyton Manning went after a game.
Yes. Perfect description.
We're just like, why are you so red, sir? You might want to get that checked out. Please don't do this interview. Go to a doctor now.
This could be really fun, too. Like, now that it's a little unlocked, Colombia's going to have to attack.
Which means space.
Oh.
Whoa.
Is that Henderson again?
No, it's Stones.
Oh, that's too bad.
Falcao is acting like he got shot in the face when he got up into Stones' foot.
There's got to be a red in this, right? This is what we want, though. We're all about the
God,
drama.
if England goes through and Hendo gets a second yellow, I'm going to be devastated. So he's down. I think he gets up into his. Ooh. Oh, did he
did the look back too.
Did he scrape his head here? Oh, a
no.
little bit.
He could have taken his eye out.
He didn't touch him.
He could have though.
He tried to Iverson Tyronn Lue him.
The spikes were down.
Oh, that was good.
Here it is.
Oh, it's dangerous.
touch.
Don't have to dive. Don't dive. Don't dive. He's looking for it.
He wants to dive so bad.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, this match is now happening, which I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see this match is now a real...
Took 50 minutes or so, but...
And then 5 minutes of just absolute nonsense. Oh, this is dangerous. Great touch, Sterling! Ah. So that's really good from Sterling there.
You don't hold a grudge against Sterling at all? You have no bad...
No, because we could have just paid him. Like, early in that negotiation, there was a moment where he was like, basically like, pay me what my market rate is worth and I'll sign an extension. And they were like, yeah, that's going to mess up our wage structure. You're too young to get market rate. And like, you have the best young attacker in England and you're not willing to pay him. City's going to come in and pay him $200,000 a week. And he was willing to sign with us for, I think, like 140. So it was like, I don't know, at a certain point, like if someone else is offering 30%, he was willing to sign for like an amount and then someone else offers 30% more than that, and we weren't even willing to meet his demand. I get it. So
especially,
and also English press is so racist towards Sterling.
Yeah, yeah.
So anybody who's like abused by the Sun on the regular, I'm on their side, even if they've betrayed my team a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't call it betrayal. I guess you can call it a betrayal, but I mean, if he signs, can they get Salah? I mean, all these players they have now that got them to the Champions League.
And like they got like a good price for him. It wasn't like he went on a free or something.
We got paid for him. That's my take on like Coutinho too. Is we got fair compensation for that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's fine.
It's just a bummer he did it mid-season. Like if he had been like, I'm going to finish out the year and then go, like there'd be no hard feelings. If he did it this summer, there'd be no hard feelings at all. For me.
Especially because you kind of felt, even early, like we had a little mojo in the Champions League. Like there's maybe a little.
And he was going to be cup tied for it. Like he didn't get to play at all in it, which is just like weird.
Carlos Baca coming on, the old man. Dale asks, England's back, 3 in the back will get exposed as the tournament goes on. Yeah, I think.
Potentially. I mean, it depends on who they end up playing. I don't think it's going to get exposed against Sweden. I think the question is, are they going to be able to get enough attacking impetus against a sturdy Swedish defense? And then Croatia really could. Croatia's the danger team for them, just with the ability for Modric and Rakitic to provide service. But even then, could work, could get them to a final, and then they have to play Belgium, France, or Brazil. Yikes. But then they'd just be exposed no matter what, just for not having enough talent.
Yeah, I think on paper, like we were talking about earlier, I think they could be, but also the teams that I don't think Sweden will do so, and so that meaning the teams that could do it are either in the semis or the finals, and you don't know who's injured, you don't know who's fit, you don't know who's suspended, so you're like, I mean, shit. If those are only 3 like defenders you have, then you have to play them, and like you're handcuffed a little bit. So
yeah,
too early to say. Also, Terry found a great clip of, is that Peckerman or one of the coaches? She'll throw it up for you guys out there. Sterling getting elbowed as he's.
Oh, what?
That's Bush League.
That's exceedingly Bush League.
Here we go.
Oh!
Put that down. They looked like a penalty shout earlier too.
What is happening?
Another yellow.
Falcao? I thought he was on one.
No, I don't think Falcao is.
Man, he's going to get another.
Yeah, he's got to calm down.
He's losing it. England just have to stay calm. Colombia will talk themselves.
Mark Geiger. And he really is America's best ref. Like, that's what's so, like, watching as much MLS as I have, like, that could have been
That's a dive.
Yeah, there was no contact there. And I'm not big on diving yellows. Like, I think they should only be given if there's no contact at all. Yeah. And sometimes you see it where it's like neither a foul nor a dive, and they give it anyway, and I get mad, but that was a dive.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Because especially when you look in slow motion, people forget that like even a little contact at full speed makes you tumble or whatever.
Exactly.
Or like it looks worse in slow motion, but like that where there's zero.
Or even if you're just at full speed and you go to shoot and you mess up your feet, like you can go down. I don't know. Maybe that's just me as a less athletic guy. I'm very sympathetic.
Hey, come on, get up, you idiot.
Yeah. As someone who falls over regularly just walking around,
Did you ever play any sports, or what sports were you?
Not at a high level at all. Sevi and I have a friend in common who was a genuinely great athlete at pretty much
He's
whatever
all right. I raced him at his high school track. He took me out there. I smoked him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was great. Then he went hardcore and had to go train and run for the LA Marathon because I got in his head. That's my head game.
Yeah.
Go to your home turf, beat you at your own sport, and then that'll really get some things going. But you never played with them or anything, or?
I ran track, but I was terrible. I don't. I will not claim to have high school moments of sports greatness that were not real.
But you've got some championship caliber sports writing on your.
Yeah,
belt.
exactly.
You went pro there pretty early.
Yeah, it's better to watch it and write about it. Yeah. That's not anything. All right, so I thought that penalty would loosen up this match, but it's just turning everyone into a lunatic.
Yeah, this is gonna get ugly. This has got like Beckham kicking out at Simeone type.
Yeah.
I just want a full-on brawl. That would be fun.
Malice at the Palace.
Yes.
James comes in from the crowd to start throwing punches.
With the chair.
Yeah.
Someone's got a table set up. Yeah, this is great. And even though Colombia looked very rattled and like half a millimeter from getting someone sent off, I still think
that's good.
This suits them, right? Like getting it all crazy they kind of need that, right? Like.
Oh man. Yeah.
I just got to give him more energy too, like a second wind.
Mark Geiger losing control. Though.
Yeah,
it's tough to watch.
Do you remember World Cup 2006, Portugal and Netherlands, where there was like 3 red cards? I talked about this match the other day, and like I think it was 12 yellow. Terry, you can look that one up. When it was just like the referee just like lost control, and then like too early he established what a card was, where he had to then like, he had to go tit for tat like throughout the match, and it was stunning. It's just. What, they called it the Battle at Nuremberg or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But
definitely,
this is going that way a little, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if this somehow gets extra time. If Colombia is able to equalize, this will get genuinely violent.
Real violence.
Oh.
Playing with a little bit of fire here. Here we go. Oh,
Henderson.
If he's not on the yellow,
he's going in.
We've seen that one before. Harry Kane scored 3 penalties at the World Cup, most ever by an Englishman.
Oh, God, we had to talk about how Liverpool hasn't won the league. So much of them not winning the league in 2013 was that weird Henderson red card at the end of the City match.
Yeah.
That got him suspended against Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then
I
don't remember what happened in that Chelsea-Liverpool match in 2014.
That was dark times for me.
Yeah, let's. We just should. I don't know why I brought it up. What am I doing? This is a nightmare. What have I done?
All good. All good.
I'm so sorry.
Ashley Young's down. What happened? What?
Literally nothing.
It's just incidental.
Ooh, I think he might have caught his ankle going down.
Just old.
Hamas with some expert level coaching. just go.
Yeah, he might have sprained his ankle. Oh man, we could get Trent out. Trent? Would that be who comes in here?
On the left? Maybe.
Good point.
Probably Danny Rose, maybe.
Oh yeah, good points. Oh.
Believe me, nothing. I would love nothing more than to see
Should have been Trippier.
any Liverpool player come on, and
Oh, you're right.
James Milner could still do a job back there if needed.
He could, but he is not on the squad. I feel like Milner and Ashley Young have been deployed by the English national team where the other one should be at every point in their career. Like when they were together at Aston Villa and then both making the national team, wherever one was, the other should be. Like it's like even now, it's like Milner at wingback would actually be really effective.
What? Remember those Villa teams? What happened to Gabby Agblon?
Agbonlahor?
Yeah, what happened to him? Because he was like him and Young and like Milner was there.
Question. And then Benteke was there.
Yeah.
Where is Gab?
Whatever happened to him?
We're gonna find out. He is still on Aston Villa in the championship.
You know what? That makes sense because I'm trying to think when's the last time I actually watched Villa.
I actually watched some of them because they tried to come up this year. They got in the playoff.
They're always
lost
trying.
And John Terry is their captain
Yeah.
now, which is.
Yeah, they said like
wild.
he wouldn't if they made it. He wouldn't play against Chelsea. Like he would sit that match. It's just like
That's disgusting.
Gross. Yeah. Well, then don't play in England, John. Go to Turkey or something.
yeah, he'll fit in there. They'd love him there.
Oh yeah. What am I?
Fenerbahce, they would love you.
Hey, I mean, it's an increasingly conservative country. What are we going with?
That's a delicate way. Of saying that. Iron fisted would be another way, but you know.
I was trying to keep it clean for the live stream.
Nah, you say whatever you want here. You let it be known. And Terry says 2006 Battle of Nuremberg, 4 red, 16 yellow.
What?
That I'm telling you, it was one of the most.
I need to
fun
watch
matches
that find it on YouTube.
It's worth it. It's worth the price of admission.
What round was that?
Half
in?
WWE.
That was, I think it was round of 16.
Got it.
I think it was round of 16.
Round of 16.
I remember, I had a flight to catch, and I like watched that before, and it was just. I think I missed that flight because I was like, what just happened? What did I just watch? What does this mean?
Can we talk about how Jordan Pickford's birth name was Jordan Lee Logan? Why did he change his name?
Stage name?
Stage name?
For
Yeah, but why would you
sports?
pick Pickford?
Why did
Pickford. Terry, you know we need you on this one.
I'm on it.
Well, you don't have to update the score too often. It looks like it's going to stay for a minute, so you've got some time. Pickford, yeah, it's very strange.
Maybe
I mean,
it's
it
like
could be like a
maternal
maiden name,
whatever
yeah.
thing, or like,
and-
oh, my grandfather died,
Yeah,
I want to honor him.
or
something.
exactly. Or this is like, exactly, some family tragedy that I'm dredging up for Jordan Pickford right now.
Maybe
He's
What
not
he
watching,
needs.
that's it.
Maybe
Yeah, hopefully
maybe he
hopefully
wanted to
it's
get
not
married and take his wife's last name. It
Hey.
is 2018, as we
I
established
don't
earlier.
think-
So
I think you're wrong on that.
I don't know. It feels right. It feels pretty right. We're
This
definitely
match is taking forever.
some of the matches we've seen in so far. It's like this World Cup's living in the upside down. It's just I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. 2018.
Oh,
Great.
you're thrown to the ground
Great
with a red.
defense. What do you want?
Yeah, what are you going to call for?
I just want both teams to have people sent off.
You want
9
carnage?
on 9.
Jesus, did you see how close that pass was?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man, England playing like they're still tied. Oh, and they get oh.
Can't get away with that.
Oh,
Thought he had him.
looked like he had him.
All right. Pickford registered it in 1999, and the reason was, waiting on Terry, he was 5.
He was 5 years old.
Right. Yeah, of course. How could I forget? I was like, oh yeah, 99.
You're trying to get into private school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe Logan is not an elite enough name.
Possibly a divorce thing.
Yeah, it could be a
Okay.
divorce.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, if England win the World Cup, we'll get
This is the
exposés on every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
player and their backstory and everything. So we'll find out if... Oh, great ball through. Play it. Oh. That was a great pass. Who played
Yeah.
that pass in?
Probably not Henderson.
Okay.
I think it might have been, I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Lingard, I think.
Lingard, yeah.
No, it's Ali to Lingard.
Oh, okay.
Ashley Young taking
Tripping
corners.
over the ball.
You know, he knows how to stay relevant, I guess. Longevity.
Man. It's been a tough season for James. I mean, the way Bayern went out to Madrid was brutal.
That was brutal.
Oh.
Did he touch it?
No, the keeper didn't. I feel like Maguire has had as many dangerous chances as anyone in this
Yeah, he
match.
has. I mean, to be fair, those defenders for England, Stones and Maguire, they can head it in. I mean, they're not,
Yeah.
they can find the goal. Now, with England having the lead, though, do they start thinking about bringing on like a Dyer or someone
I
to?
think you think about Dyer for Ali, and then let Henderson play a little more attacking, but count on his defensive work rate to tighten things up. You know, right? Isn't that the move?
I think so. I think so.
Or Ali or Lingard, whichever one. Ali if he's actually hurt, and Lingard if.
You bring one of them. You kind of trade your attacking center mid for a defensive one, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Ooh.
there's been so many fouls in this match. I can't even keep track. All right.
I mean, we've talked about the center backs, but I think John Stones has been really solid tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Oh!
He had it even off. How did he get so much separation?
That was pretty acrobatic by Kane.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, like he's not like a complete.
Yeah, very
He's
much off.
Oh, yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
that would have been Ibra-esque.
I mean, first he has to make contact with the ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a shot attempt. So, got a ways to go to reach Ibra.
At least he's there. Ibra's watching on TV.
I feel like, I wonder if it's just like a personality thing, but I feel like Ibra would be valuable for this Sweden team, especially at this point, just to be able to bring him in.
Like have him as an option.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's dangerous for team chemistry, but.
I think also, other than chemistry too, is that becomes a story outside. It's like if he's there, then he's a distraction. Like every question the coach is going to be asked is, when are you going to bring Ibra on? Are you going to do this? They're going to have all the camera shots of him, looking forlorn on the sideline because he's not playing.
Yeah.
You just create a whole circus that, I mean, up to this point, they've avoided to their success.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess, I mean, even reaching the quarterfinals for a squad like that is a huge success.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, I mean, Russia's got the weird expectations of, like, Putin and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So they haven't quite succeeded this World Cup to this point, but, like, Sweden has. If they were to lose the next match by 4, it's still a successful run.
Shit, right now, probably they're watching this thing thinking about the semifinals already.
Why did no one run up there?
Wow, England just fell back into a shell. Like, they're like 15 minutes. Let's just hold on. But they didn't bring Dyer in.
No, not yet. And Colombia brought on Baca, which is, when I was looking at the subs, that was really the only player that I thought was too dangerous that they could bring on.
Oof.
This is so scrappy. Here we go.
Oh, but there's a lot of space.
Whoa, look at this run on the right.
Sterling is so good. Oh, that's such a good idea for that ball.
Oh,
get up! What are you doing,
Was
Lingard? Get up! Stay on. If he stays on his feet there, you keep that alive. What are you doing?
It's tough to get 2 penalties called in one match, right?
Yeah. Oh, again, I don't like Jesse Lingard.
I mean, that was a brilliant run.
Yeah,
so quick to get there, but.
And if he were on my, if I were a fan of him generally, I'd be like, yeah, oh my God, look at that run. But instead, I'm like, I didn't stick with it.
You'd be a total Lingard apologist.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because he does some things well. He just isn't the complete package.
Hendo making that run.
Hendo,
Feed him.
yeah. Oh, not gonna get there.
I'm surprised he didn't pull that one back and play it safe.
Yeah.
Now he's out of position. Let's see if they can find some area.
Ooh, that's good. This is dangerous.
A lot of typing going on there, Terry.
Don't worry about it.
Writing an essay over there. Another foul? Good Lord.
Just play the advantage.
You know what bothers me about the other side is when refs play the advantage and they give the other team like 12 seconds to see if something materializes. You either play it or you don't.
That could have been a penalty. Let's look at this again. No, it's a good non-call.
Yeah, that was close. But I think that's when we were talking about earlier, where it's like, it's not a foul and it's not a dive. Like he's tripped himself.
Totally.
I can't even read their name.
What's that?
I can't even read the name of who it is.
Relive?
The pole's in the way.
I think so.
They brought in a guy with 0 goals in 11 international appearances, down a goal with 12 minutes left in the World Cup.
He's due.
So
This James injury was not the plan.
yeah, not an opportune time for that.
Oh.
I feel like there's maybe one more goal in this one way. Maybe England
That
on
don't
a counter.
Yeah, I feel like a 89th minute.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And so far, your prediction is looking pretty good, though.
1-0 Kane penalty.
Yeah.
Off a jammy penalty call.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
I know my England, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean.
I'll tell you, it would also look
pretty good.
Mr. Mass, England crashing out on penalties is also usually a pretty high percentage
that's still
play
alive.
right there.
That's still alive.
Still
Honestly,
there.
my 2-1 is still alive. I mean,
It
you get a
is.
late Colombian equalizer and an English goal in extra time. I'm feeling 1-0 to Colombia. Not looking
No,
great.
not looking great.
No.
So sorry.
Taking the under on that.
Dele Alli's coming off.
Yeah, makes sense.
Who was it? Dyer, I think, coming on, or I couldn't see.
I assume so. I'm going to assume as much.
Shake everyone's hand to kill more time.
Yeah.
Should, yeah. Handshakes all around.
Wow. He is taking his time. Slow up. This is good. This is good sports right here. Yeah, Dyer.
Has a player ever been subbed off that was like on the same side of the pitch as the sideline? Like they always cross the entire
When they
length
see
of
it
the
coming,
field.
they probably wander over there, right?
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And yet Ashley Young persists.
Oh, this
Kane
is
will win
good.
this.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh.
Now just control it. Don't go for goal. You don't go for goal. There you go.
Not
that.
Not
Not
that.
Not that. Oh no, here it is. Quadrado.
Oh, you skied it.
Cut it back.
Oh my god.
That was a gift.
That was it. That was your chance. Oh, that felt like it. Who gave that away?
Probably Henderson.
No.
No, it was. It definitely wasn't. Is it
was a
Lingard?
Walker, I think.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Right here, he could have just cut.
Or just not done that.
Yeah, anything other than that would have been good.
Got side of it too much.
Oh, wow. Slow motion hum as doing the surrender cobra. It's a language that cuts across from Alabama football to Colombia football.
Got another question. Did you hear about John Obi Mikel's father? How do you play with something like that going on? Did you guys hear that story?
Yeah.
No.
His
Father was kidnapped while he was playing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, before the Argentina match, and he didn't tell anyone because he didn't want to like take away from the focus of the team. But then they, I think we saw some shots of him like on the sideline during that where he looked like really upset, and you're like, well, shit, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's pretty wild. That's also something that like England complained about the media putting pressure on them and blah blah blah, and then you kind of gives you some perspective. You're like, you know what? Like a lot of these players from other countries have like families held for ransom.
The crazy thing is that that's not like an uncommon thing to hear about in soccer.
You just hear about it more in like South America than you do in
Yeah.
Africa per se, but like that's a whole different level of distraction. Sorry your media is mean to you.
Yeah, your media was willing to leak a fake lineup. Your media was willing to say that Raheem Sterling might get benched even though he wasn't. Where are you going? Harry, goes the other way, buddy. You get the
Just winning free kicks out there.
Smart. Yeah, he
He's
knew.
like
He
searching
knew
for
on
someone
the
to
board that his best position is 40 yards from goal.
He was watching us. We're telling you what not to do, Harry, but thanks for listening to us. Thanks for watching.
This game needs more yellow cards. It's gotten a little too civil.
It'll happen. If Colombia are still trailing
Once it gets
after
to like
90,
that's
then
that's
South Cal might get a little hot and bothered.
Yeah. I mean, this has got
studs
to
up,
be.
two-footed tackles.
This could be Falcao's last international match, so he might as well go out with a red. Oh no!
Go out on top. Red.
He's just always suspended, forever.
What is this?
Carlos Valderrama there.
That's incredible.
I'm surprised they haven't shown a shot of him. He must be there at the match. Did you hear Maradona was getting paid by FIFA to be there?
Really?
Which is like...
Not at all surprised.
But man, you think they would say, maybe just behave? Like,
Yeah. We will pay you.
we'll pay you to be here where you want to be.
Cost more
You
to
got to
pay.
make sure that
That was
check
a
doesn't
handful.
clear till after the match.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the going rate for attending it? Like, how much value does it add to FIFA to have him just sitting in the stands?
I mean, it got them.
Like
People were
two
talking-
shots a game.
Maybe they wanted him to just have a
Yeah,
complete.
BDA. They probably supplied all the substances in
Yeah.
the suite and said, "Hey, have a good time, Diego." And Terry's telling me John Obi Mikel's father was also kidnapped in 2011.
Stop kidnapping John Obi Mikel's father, people of
What-
Nigeria.
what
How
is he
much is
doing?
it?
Hire some like security guards or something. It's like
Stop doing it.
Where's he going? Where he's just
Also,
like,
he should move. I don't mean to blame the victim, but Jesus.
I mean, if it's not safe for him anymore, like, yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's dangerous.
England can concede.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, he kept that in. Oh.
that was a penalty. Ugh. Need Colombia to score.
Radamel is a great name.
Where's that name come from? Is that?
Colombia.
That's a good one to look up.
Are there any other Radamels?
I don't know one, but I feel like that's got to be something from Aesop or something like. No, they didn't just think of that, right? Like,
It feels very like. What
It's
is the
a
word?
Hispanicized form of Radomil, which is a Slavic name.
Oh.
really?
It's from behind the name. That is a user-submitted definition of the name. So
Good enough for me.
yeah,
I'll believe. I'll believe anything.
Yahoo Answers coming through.
Oh,
Yes.
man,
I
it
don't
still
think it was
exists.
actually Yahoo Answers, but
Quora is the new
Quora,
name.
yeah. Totally trustworthy.
get out of the way. What are you doing, Geiger? He's trying to take over this match. Whatever it
Make
takes.
it about
He wants a
him.
goal.
America
Yeah.
needs a hero. We need a star, so he's gonna.
He's yeah.
What the hell is that?
Light of Above says, "Come on, lads, it's coming home. The trophy is coming home."
Okay.
It's getting
It's the round
closer.
of 16 still.
It's getting closer.
Yeah. And if
Nothing I'm
the
seeing
one impressive
tonight.
chance you've had.
Ooh.
He's gonna.
Just needs to
was
leave the
good.
shirt up like that the rest of the game.
He should cut it the way Aguero did, Hulk out a little bit, trim the neck.
It's what college football is moving away from that this year. They've had some very upsetting NCAA rules that no longer allow them to show their midriff. And they have to wear full socks. It's ruining the game.
socks,
They
yeah.
can't have the half socks anymore.
I just don't understand why.
God, college football.
I love how they're focusing their attention
America's,
on that.
yeah, exactly. Of all the problems with college football, I thought the biggest one was
Those
sock
midriffs are
length.
too much
Yeah.
for us to handle.
Yeah.
We'll get to the
Driving
head
children
trauma and maybe paying
Yeah.
you guys later, but let's talk about the socks and your belly buttons.
Yeah, I love when, you know, you're watching one of your favorite sports, one of your favorite players retire, and they have to add in a note that says "pray for me" because of the head injuries,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
Cam
Chancellor.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That was
like,
insane.
such a bummer. And that was on just the flukiest play that his career ended.
Yeah. Vardy coming on for Sterling.
Just need to bring James out of the stands.
Yeah, again,
Have him just, like, run
not
somewhere and get
having him
fouled
on the
and-
bench.
Well, why not have him
Yeah, I
running
think
around
this
a little
goes
bit?
back to your point, like that you made before we started this. But
The threat of James.
yeah, if he'd just been there all match, like warming up, England doesn't score. You know, they're panicked.
They're distracted looking at the sideline.
Yeah,
I love to see Vardy score a World Cup goal.
Yeah.
His story, I love it. I can't get
Do you
tired of
though?
it. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm not a Vardy fan.
I know he's a little rough. I know that.
It's a bit of a racist.
I know he's been a colorful guy in his past.
No, that's the problem.
It's something about the whole lower league thing that I don't know.
Yeah,
Got some nostalgia for that.
Well, and I like that Kasper Schmeichel also was
Yeah.
on Leicester from before.
What a game he had.
Yeah,
What a tournament. I mean,
yeah,
I think before that he had like one goal conceded or something.
yeah. And I was happy for Croatia. I thought played really well last World Cup, but just like they didn't start Subasic. They started like their old, like some elderly Croatian guy.
Yeah.
I forget who. Against Brazil in the first match, he had like 3 howlers,
Yeah.
and they just never came back from that. And it was good to see Subasic get the chance to make his name. I mean, not that Monaco is a joke or something. It's not like people don't know who he is, but
Plus, in that World Cup, let's be honest, pretty much any team that had to open against Brazil at home in the World Cup,
Oh, that's
it was like destined to
fantastic
lose.
must
You know, like
have.
how unlucky is that? To,
Yeah.
Like not be in their group is unlucky, yes, but to be their opening match, like that's a huge ask.
yeah.
Plus, Croatia wasn't even in the FIFA video games. You couldn't even play as them.
What?
So they just get.
Oh.
I don't know about the most recent one, but before that, I don't think
man.
they
When's
were.
the last time you played? Was it Yugoslavia was around or what?
What, played FIFA?
I feel like they've been there for a minute.
I don't know.
No,
I mean, I
you're
don't
saying
have the
like
most
their
recent
national
one, but
team.
The
Didn't,
national
like,
team
sign
wasn't.
the contract. They signed
Yeah.
like an exclusive with Pro Evolution or whatever.
Pro
Probably.
Evo. Hans Holtz says Colombia will win. Wow, that's bold. That's a pretty-
90th minute. How much?
That's-
But how much stoppage time?
7
we get?
minutes.
6 minutes? 7 minutes? What do you think?
They'll-
5? Wow. England paying off the
All
fourth
right.
official.
I'm all in for the red cards here, though.
Harry Kane,
You
Mr.
look
Penalty.
serious.
Chipped him up the middle. A little pace, not quite a chip, but I like that. You see where Ospina dove right where he takes his normal penalty kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now he's got everybody thinking.
Taking
For
the
sure.
chips.
But so you got to do. You want to swing the balance of power back in your favor. Words. He could go anywhere. Where's he going to go? Not. I know where he wants to go. This will be another. Oh, this will be a long injury.
Oh, Henderson. Oh, he's been shot.
Oh,
No. No. Quadrado, what are you doing? Don't hurt my beautiful boy. Henderson has been better in the second half, I think.
we'll take a look after this.
Yeah. My guess is he can't have been worse.
Yeah, it wasn't his best half. No one was that great that first half, though. It was all a bit. Ugh.
I feel like in the second half, it's been a lot of the same as the first. It's just been that one
Just
set
one
piece they
penalty?
got the penalty off of. I think it was off a set piece.
Yeah, it was. It was off a corner.
But it's been a
That's
lot of.
nothing foul.
Colombians look a bit nervous. All right, here we go. Here comes England's
Send
panic
Ospina
time.
forward.
I love that. I love when goalkeepers come forward. I can't get enough of it, actually.
I don't know if he's going to go all the way forward.
You will soon.
Oh,
my God.
If that was.
What the hell was that?
When he-
Substitute.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What's
Wait.
happening right now? I mean, he got a piece of that.
I
Was
wonder-
that
going-
on target?
That's what I want to see. Did Pickford need to get a hand on that?
Oh, man, if they score off this corner and he didn't,
Oof.
going to have to take back his old name.
Logan. Jordan Logan.
Ugh.
There's Ospina. Oh! Oh! Mina! Mr. Header himself. Wow, that was so England.
2-1 Colombia and not going to add an extra time. They're going to score in the next 2 minutes.
My God. We got to
That
see
was
that.
incredible.
Well, you asked if they score from that corner.
Yeah.
I don't believe
Did
it.
Hamas change shirts?
Yeah, I think he
he had a
did. I think
jacket
he
on.
peeled off. I think
Okay.
he peeled off a
He's got a
layer.
nice polo.
Oh, my.
Where, I don't even
Southgate,
see his
now you just look
reactions.
like
I
a
need to see
Ooh.
Ospina was up there. Wow. It hit into the ground, too.
That's a great
Oh, man.
header.
Was he trying to go into the ground? It looked like he
Yeah.
dropped
Oh.
it down.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Was that... Trippier got a piece of that, just couldn't get it over.
Wow. Hans Holt says, the greatest Germania, greatest country in the world. Germany greater than England. Goal, Colombia equal Germany.
Okay.
I guess if my Germans went out that early, you got to latch on to another team, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it would be.
Not Colombia, but another header.
Argentina would have made more
I
sense.
think you agree that you don't Suarez that in that moment if you're Trippier, because you don't want the red. You'd rather, you know what I mean?
Well, what he tried, he like jumped into it instead of if he just jumped up earlier, he could have just.
Taking with his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an equalizer. It wasn't 0-0.
If it's tied, you
Yeah.
have to Suarez it.
yeah.
But I think right now you don't Suarez it.
They're not going to VAR this, are they? They
There's
can't
nothing
do
to
that.
VAR, is there?
No, did he hurt his groin celebrating?
Yeah, dancing. The old
Ted
no.
Jr.
Andy Bernard hurt yourself
Oh
dancing.
no.
Oh, different reference.
Yeah, I was gonna go Grammatica, not The Office.
Always got to go to the office. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think he's well. And what I'm trying to figure out is if that a muscular injury on the groin or if that's an impact on a sensitive area.
It looks more like he pulled something.
Wow. We got to see that. We got to see the replay of that shot that led to the corner.
Yeah, that was more impressive than the corner.
Whew.
I can't believe that. This is
hey,
it's
guys.
happening for England. It's happening, isn't
Oh,
it? Penalty
man.
kicks. You know they're gonna come. It's so England to go out like that. They've got this whole
I can see
path
them
to the World Cup
somehow
final.
conceding in the next
It's
Oh,
England
that's
ball.
a
minutes.
throw.
If they-
I can see them
and,
scoring.
and Sterling
Again,
off.
I picked 2-1 England.
You
I
did.
can see them scoring right now.
You did. I was 30 seconds away from looking pretty clever, but
Oh,
Let
is
it go.
Kane on?
No.
I can't believe this. Oh, what a terrible
Oh,
pass.
boy.
Now England are so flustered. Now they just need to get the extra time.
Oh,
Oh, ho, ho. This could go in.
that's a foul. Henderson, you're on a yellow. Settle
Yeah,
down. Oh, they didn't
seriously.
call it.
Wow.
And nobody's there. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Going to extras.
Woo!
Good Lord.
Wow.
Oh, man.
This is so England, though.
Oh,
right?
that's so good.
We were just talking about what was the Ibrahimovic or the Malmo documentary where you know where it's going, but it's still so good you have to watch. We know where this is going, right? We've seen this so many times before. England are going to lose in penalty kicks.
Who gets blamed when they lose?
Well, let's see this replay. Because honestly, if that was on target from Pickford, then it's nobody's fault. Like, it wasn't like there was bad marking on the court. You know, it's just like a really good...
Well, don't worry. I'm sure it'll be dissected over and over for the next few months. So we'll be seeing this again. I can't believe. Oh my God. How close can you come and just?
Also, why is Hammers not on the bench potentially for penalty? Like, what is happening? This is crazy.
What is his injury? I didn't even.
Hammers? Wasn't it his?
Like, if it's
knee?
not a leg injury, then just have him on the bench. He can run around and kick.
Calf.
Okay.
Get out there.
I can't say I've ever injured my calf, so I don't know what it feels like, but
Get out there, man.
I've been kicked in my calf before, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, well, I'll just run this off. It seems like one of those innocuous things that like you should be able to
Just
recover
like
from.
give him a cortisone shot,
Yeah.
Right?
get some duct tape, and I mean,
Varsity Blues it. Just get the needle out.
unless he doesn't want to, he wants like.
Varsity Blues.
I don't know if he
Varsity.
Just put some whipped cream on you.
They're playing at Bud Kilmer Stadium, I think.
Yeah.
Should we take a look at some of the stats while we got a minute here?
Yeah. Oh,
What do you guys want to see? Any player you want to see, or heat maps or anything like that?
I don't even know.
I want to see the.
How many?
I want to see the shot plot of that
Yeah.
final shot to see if this shows it on target.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it came
I don't know
through.
how detailed it.
Who took it? Do you remember?
That looks like it's off target. It looks like it's.
Would be
It would maybe saved, so.
It probably hasn't pushed through yet.
Or is it the red one? Or
No,
is
it would be one of the saves, I think.
Yeah, because
not if it was off target. It won't be a save.
That's a good.
Well, no, but I think anytime the goalie touches it,
Then that becomes a save.
I would think, but maybe not. I mean, it wasn't from
It
that
wouldn't.
far.
It wouldn't have been.
It wasn't this one because it wasn't that far over there.
It was from like here.
I think it was.
But
well, it came to the corner, so I don't know if it's.
we'll come back in a minute. 11 attempts.
Although
England.
the goal is on there.
That's true.
And England had better chances this half for sure.
I mean, this is more what you're
Yeah.
looking for, right? Should we look at our boy Henderson's heat map? We're trying to find some way to show him some love.
A lot of green.
Yeah, the yellow, and if there's no red that you can see here, but red means a higher concentration of involvement. So normally you want center mid more space and more yellow and red. It's a little sporadic. He hasn't moved that much. Look at maybe someone like
how many subs have they made at this point? 2? They brought on
Dyer
Dyer
and Vardy.
Okay, that's not devastating for them.
No. It's not like Dyer is a complete fucking...
No, yeah. And they
Dumpster.
still have one more. They could still bring on Rashford if they wanted.
Which I think they might, right?
In place of who? Sterling?
Sterling's already off. Sterling
okay.
came off for Vardy.
Yeah. I don't know. Good question. Maybe
changed
a
formation
Henderson then at that point where you kind of throw caution to the wind, unless he's. Well, I don't know who their 5. They said they already know their 5 penalty kick takers. I don't know who those are. This is a bit better from Kane. Again, we're seeing red further away. You'd like to see it closer to the box, but he did have some touches in there. Scored a penalty. Let's look at his foil, Falcao. This is a striker who's had to do maybe even more work, right?
Yeah.
He's had to drop deeper. I mean, what's he even doing back here on the left? That's just.
I don't even remember seeing him too much. I guess we're not hearing the commentary and hearing his name, so.
I think it's been a
easier
lot
to
of
recognize it.
checkbacks and layoffs or challenges and those types of things. Let's see how the attacking zones. So let me see. Colombia, we said in the first half was.
58% on that side, right?
Yeah. So let's see how they were in the second half.
Way more balanced.
Yeah.
Way more balanced.
And let's see. England in the first half, we said was all on the left. And now in the second half.
Same. Huh.
All right. One more. I got one more trick. Maybe we'll find something meaningful here. All right. So we start with these are their starting players. Now let's see what happened when the subs came on.
Oh.
You can see Vardy has been spending a bit more time here.
In
Colombia
those
also
5 minutes he was on.
Take what you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. He would have loved to play a lot more than that. I'll be honest, but
Interesting.
maybe not enough big enough sample size to really say what their strategy with him is. They just kind of live there.
All right, we are. Oh man, it's already.
Got another minute. Look at second half. Colombia actually had more possession in the second half.
I guess that makes sense because the goal came pretty early.
So then they had to.
Yeah, and it looked like England dropped into a shell around the 80th. So.
All right. We got another half hour. At least. You guys think this is going penalty kicks, or you think someone's got a winner? Are you sticking with your 2-1 there, Spike?
I got to. At this point, I'm all in on 2-1. Even though I don't love my chances, given English history.
Only 2 players in Colombia's history have scored in at least 3 consecutive World Cup games. Hamas in 2014 and Mina, the defender, now in this one.
That's crazy.
He was this one that scored against Senegal, wasn't it? I think so.
Oh.
Well, it was 3 consecutive.
Oh, that's. What is.
Oh, boy.
What is this?
They're both diving now.
The dual dive? Gold.
Henderson, be cool, man.
Oh,
You were not
This guy's
with
dead.
the arm.
don't say
man.
anything.
Ashley Young, dead. Sorry, what is the foul there on?
It looks like Young left his cleats in, but then
Yeah.
realized he did and pulled out to act injured.
And now is laying
Yeah,
motionless
exactly.
on the ground.
Because if you got hurt doing it, you couldn't have fouled the guy, right? We all know science.
Also, like, yeah, that was. I mean, I guess he got like. It didn't have to be a foul on anybody.
He's got a picture of himself on his shin guards.
Here's an even better stat. Yerry Mina is the highest scoring Barcelona player in this World Cup.
Ah. Oh, Messi. You done goofed.
Well, Suarez still has a chance.
Yeah, good point.
Has he scored yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has
Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2. Are they giving him that? Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
Whoa,
there's
Cuadrado. Good Lord.
Oh, good D.
Wow.
Good work.
How does Cuadrado still have enough energy to do that? I mean, not that he's been touching the ball a million times, but
I mean, he's done, what, like 3 of those this game? He just
one
doesn't do
of
anything else
those,
the rest of the
one of
time.
those, and I'm ready for the next.
Yeah,
LaCroix.
He's just using his, like, his
and,
game breaker.
Yeah, speaking of which, I
it
guess
up.
at the 15 we get another round of LaCroix. Yeah.
I might have to switch to something harder.
It's one thing on lose.
Doesn't get harder than passion fruit LaCroix.
Yeah. Hardcore.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm getting a compliment on my jersey. Liverpool fans
Hey.
representing. Love having you guys.
Good.
We will. Hans Holtz says, "We will rise again. The world will see our might. Great Germania." Now I'm a little
Okay.
worried that we're not
Yeah, I
even talking
don't-
sports anymore.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
don't
just-
like that.
I'm a
I
little-
don't like that at all.
He's got some more to say. I'm also. So the South Koreans cheated on us.
Oh, no.
Now that sounds spousal.
Yep.
Cheated on you. It was a fake game. Germans already won this
Fake
World Cup.
game, okay. So fake news has taken a new twist here. No,
Oh, boy.
the games aren't even real.
I would say North Korea would maybe do that, but I think South Korea.
They're upstanding people.
Also, that was a fun match. They played pretty well, South Koreans.
How to change names says strong takes from Mr. Holtz here. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Germany just weren't very good though. That was
Oh, man.
disappointing.
I see some England fans on Twitter saying that it's 1-1, but surely we should win on a fair play rule. Just grasping for anything.
Both teams would lose on fair play. Switzerland would be still alive then. To be fair, I don't think Colombia is quite ready to say, let's just go to penalty kicks and be done with it. They still pushing a little bit
Yeah, I mean, there's half hour is a lot of time
to sit back.
to not go for it. Oh,
Oh.
my.
Uh-oh.
Oh, get it out of there. Oh.
Pickford, don't stop your run.
Oh, Pickford, this is...
Someone just ran out of position.
Pickford is not looking... Look,
got two
as a
subs
Liverpool
left?
fan, I know what happens when a goalkeeper has lost it. And Pickford...
He's there. He's close. He's in the zone.
He's entering the Karius zone. Too soon.
Always forever too soon.
Yeah, I could feel it as I said it.
The Colombian fans, it's great you can see him already.
I do like the idea of Mignolet being the only Liverpool player to win this World Cup.
What about Lovren?
yeah.
World Cup final, 90th minute header,
Yeah, why not?
own goal. Hey, either way, I'll take it either way.
The real thing is, look, and I know this isn't the time, but Firmino has to be starting. It is ludicrous that he's not starting.
He's built to play with, because their best attackers are Coutinho and Neymar. So you need a number 9 or a striker who lets them do their thing and stretches space and wins balls. Wow.
Yeah, has work rate, interceptions,
and Jesus is a great player. I'm not saying he's crap or anything. He's just, for the system we want your best players to thrive, he doesn't suit that.
Yeah.
I'm part of the free Firmino society for sure.
Yeah. It's lunacy.
I can't believe England are, they're going to go out, aren't they? I hate that. Oh, this is...
Would it be more painful for them to lose now or lose to Sweden in the next round? Or lose in, like, would they rather just get it out of the way early? I'm just assuming they're going to lose at some point.
This is...
I'd say worse losing now because there's still more games to watch.
Yeah.
For the very fact of that, then you only have to watch a couple more games.
If you lose to... Yeah, and it's also that they will have lost on a 93rd minute equalizer now.
Yeah.
Without the other team's best player in the match.
Yeah.
Yes.
After essentially tanking to get this matchup. Like...
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. Whew.
Kane was fouled 9 times in regulation in this match. Only Neymar, with 10 fouls suffered by the hands of Switzerland, is more this World Cup. Which we watched this game. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Fouls, fouls, fouls. Terry with some good stats here. Hard hitting stuff.
Literally in that case. Oh boy. What?
What was that?
I'm sorry, what is happening right now? Mark Iger completely lost control of the match.
The thing is, I don't blame Colombia for putting the net, just because you never know with VAR.
You got it. Oh, multi-ball. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that did not.
I mean,
no, England. That would have been the most England way to go.
That would have been it.
A multi-ball situation that did not quite happen.
England are playing with fire though. Now you can see with that and with the Pickford indecision a little bit, like there's a little bit of nerves in the back now.
100%.
And Colombia's seen the ball go in the net.
Oh.
It's confidence, even if it was...
That was good from Henderson and then from
Kane?
Vardy.
What is it? What ball is that?
I don't know.
So what is the benefit there of a keeper not just grabbing it with his hands? Why does he chest it?
He's going to waste more time. Because once he picks it up, there's like a clock that basically starts going where he's got to get it out.
6 seconds, allegedly, but that has never been enforced in the history of the game.
Yeah, except for that one. Was it Women's World Cup or Women's Olympic match with America and Canada where they got an indirect free kick?
I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but for me, when Benzema blocked Karius, that's the same judgment call where you go, any right thinking, the same way a referee doesn't enforce the 6-second rule because it's kind of silly, you don't let that stand. You call that back because it's too close to obstruction.
Yep.
I don't know.
I agree, but I also would have already given Sergio Ramos a red card.
Just for being alive. You know what? I really enjoyed Spain's exit. It's hard to cheer for Russia, but man.
No, Sergio Ramos crying was...
His tears tasted
for me,
delicious.
it's the #1 highlight of the World Cup thus far.
Ooh, handball?
Nope. This is
got a card written all over it. Oh, just enough. This is
England.
So at what point
does
should they
not
start
look composed in the back right now.
Or good. Or like a very good team. They just...
I think the strategy now needs to be seek out players, the yellows, and try to bait them into a second yellow.
Wow, you're so devious.
I mean, nothing else is working
do you
here.
compliment them until they...
Yeah, what's baiting them?
And once they, well, no, I mean,
Stand in front of them and put yourself
be
down.
like, hey, you want
Well,
to
just like-
cuddle? And then be like, I didn't want to cuddle.
run at them, force them to make a hard tackle or something.
Clap in their face.
Condescendingly, though.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Wow, Colombia's pressing.
Yikes. What are
Uh-oh.
you doing?
Here it
England?
comes. It's
This
coming.
feels
It's coming.
real. There's way too much time on the clock for England to even lose in penalties at this point.
This is so surreal. This should be Senegal playing.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
thing has been bizarre. Here it comes. Falcao.
Oh,
Oh.
That was a decent ball.
What was that?
I thought that was gonna get buried.
Sorry, who is this off of? This is, they're worried this is a corner?
Yeah,
It is a corner.
Who did it go off of? What?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, the brakes are going against England now.
Here comes Mina's brace. He's very tall.
Why not make it 4-headed goals?
But he does have the groin injury. Could that
Allegedly.
hamper him? What?
Got a comment. Eliminate both teams and send Japan instead.
Yeah.
They're a lot better behaved.
Yeah.
Their coach is hilarious, too.
I mean,
I love the
look,
coach's
do you let
quotes.
Mina take a penalty and have him chip it to himself and then head it in? Or just slide head first and just fall in their spot?
Salmon it right in with them.
Just get a slip and slide.
Yeah. I don't, for what that's worth. That is not the move I make.
Bold choice.
All right, Ashley Young.
All right.
100 minutes of great service from
Well,
Ashley
whoever
Young.
he's bringing on, I guarantee he's probably one of their penalty kick
Danny
takers. Oh, maybe not.
And the next sub has to be to get Pickford off.
They just used all three, didn't they?
Maybe they the fourth in extra time, right?
Is that a thing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel old.
No, I don't want to.
I'd like to see a little more directness from England.
So the penalty takers are Kane, Maguire. Uh-oh, we're already in trouble.
Oh boy.
Vardy,
Yeah.
Pickford. Wait, what?
What?
No, I'm sorry. What's happening? What is happening right now?
He is a great distributor. He's got.
No, this is wrong. Because I know Hendo's one of them.
Where
That was from the Telegraph, but I think it was incorrect.
Sounds like.
have
more
they?
like
Has England actually publicized who the five are?
I thought they did.
I think saying that you have your five set's one thing, but to say who they are, that's a little surprising. Especially given Colombia's propensity to foul out. I might be looking at Kane, give him a late challenge. We'll put a little meat on it, right?
Just, break his leg. Slide right through it.
Slight break though, just
a fracture.
so yeah, it's a little fracture,
Hairline.
diet break leg.
Oh.
Colombia looked more like this guy.
Oh, that's a corner.
Oh my God! If Falcao gets clean contact on that though, that's in the net. Colombia looked like they're gonna score now. England have run out of ideas. England should be praying for penalty kicks now. Wow, that was just enough by Maguire.
Oh my God.
Look at them. They don't even know what to. They're just passing it around the back.
There's no plan.
So who would your five
Oh my
takers
God.
be
What
for
was?
England?
God, I don't want Henderson to have to deal with that. I go Kane.
I think Kane. We all
Kane
agree
and Vardy.
right?
Kane and Vardy for sure. God,
Isn't Ashley? Well, Ashley Young came
Ashley
off,
Young
but he was
just came
supposed. I thought he
off.
was supposed to be pretty good at penalties. Like I thought.
he's gone now. Got to bring on Milner,
Yeah.
Beckham, Rooney. That's your five.
Terry says that according to BBC, it's Kane, Vardy, Henderson, Ali, and Lingard.
Ollie.
Ollie's
Came off.
off.
Well, guess Southgate's changing that plan.
Broadway Danny Rose. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Generally makes sense. I feel like someone like Trippier might be good too, but I'm never.
If he's taking the free kicks, you think he has?
You think he can strike the ball out?
Oh,
right?
no. Overhit that.
Oh, I love the difference in fans when the Colombia is still ready to celebrate anything, and England look just miserable every minute. Even when they were winning, they still look nervy. I'm already feeling that weird kind of Schadenfreude. Just
this is the second match I've really gotten to that place. Last was Belgium, Japan. You could just be like, oh, someone's gonna get their heart broken.
Yeah. Because you knew, even when Japan went up 2-0, you knew Belgium was gonna fight, and it was gonna come down one way or the other for either team. You know, like you knew it was gonna come down to the very end, and someone was gonna feel like you either just came a little short or.
Oh.
Look at England can't even play the ball out of the back now. This is unbelievable.
Colombia just started pressing like in extra time.
I love that.
It's England has no counter to it.
England just look completely out of ideas, out of fuel, like out of hope. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry. What's they call that? Soft.
Late foot.
All right.
I haven't heard anyone say anything about football coming home for a minute here, so that tells you a lot of what you need to know.
Oh, no. All right, blow the whistle, Geiger. Let's do this thing.
Here we go.
So who takes it then instead of, if it's Kane, Vardy, Hendo, and Lingard? If those are four.
I got John Stones. I
Your
go John
center
Stones.
back?
I go John Stones.
You're sometimes accident-prone center back.
I feel like he buries it.
You don't want your boy Pickford out there with his distribution?
That would be just entertaining, I think, just for pure entertainment value.
Yeah, I feel like,
Can Dyer take him? I feel like it's got to be a Spursy guy. It's got to be a Dyer.
I just remember Dyer one time scoring a goal from really far out, like in the last World Cup or something.
Yeah, he had the Euros. I think he had like a
Okay.
good crack or something, right?
So I'm just going to assume that he's a great shot taker.
James now on the field talking to Ospina.
Slowly just put on someone else's jersey and pretend that he's
Just
impersonating them.
oh boy.
This is why you don't wear a vest in the first place, is because you've lost all your
Well, imagine
authority.
the sweat underneath that, though. He's got to cover that up.
Yeah.
You like the old Jorge
like a-
Sampaoli look? Just get the sleeves up, put them on a vest and nothing else. Well, that's his problem. I don't have any beef with the vest. It's the shirt you're wearing underneath that's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, like, there are a lot of times when it's great to wear a vest and a shirt. I can't think of any right now, but there are probably a lot of times.
I mean, he could just be like Sean Miller under there and just translucent shirt from all the sweat.
There are very few managers that can pull off the like super GQ look. Like you got to win a lot. So, like Mourinho in his prime could pull it off, like the what was it, the Armani coat or whatever he used to wear, because it was like, he had this aura about him. But like when you're Southgate with one of your first major jobs, you don't show up dressed to the nines, especially if you're going to get undone by Colombia missing their best player, right?
So do you still wear a suit, just like less
Tracksuit,
quality?
baby.
Tracksuit, okay.
Always comfort. You got to go with that. That's my style.
Adidas all striped, 3 stripes all the way down.
Or you got to keep the jacket on. Like, if he's got a jacket on over this vest, he's fine. It's just the vest and the button.
I think he just needs like a bolo tie.
That
together.
would make everyone take him seriously. Here's a legitimate manager, Mr. Bolo tie, and cowboy boots.
Hey, I'd allow it. I'd like it. I'd enjoy it. God, it's been a lot of nonsense. Let's get to. Oh
Got
boy,
the bucket
these.
hat.
Look at him. They know. Oh,
jeez.
he's just trying to stay coherent.
Yeah, those men have had alcoholic beverages today.
I feel like if this goes to penalties, I would say there's maybe a 4% chance England win.
Wow, 4.
But I mean, we're discounting.
Pickford and Ospina.
Ospina is what, 3 for 36?
38.
Oh, even worse.
Not good. I just feel you're right though, because he's not saving any, but England's just missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be good if England sail them all. Come on, Harry Kane.
Oh,
Hit it.
Ooh.
Oh.
He's concussed.
Why would you wait? Why would you wait?
oh, oh!
Vardy. That was built for a right. That was built for a right foot. To that far post. He's always
Oh,
trying
he
to
was
his off
definitely
anyway.
not on. Why wasn't
Flag
he
stayed
on?
down though.
That would have been
That's
VAR'd.
That's a VAR
VAR.
situation.
Still though, put that in the net.
Stay on side and put it in the net. Those are my two asks right there from my striker.
Ospina is now comfortable. He's got a save down, ready for penalties.
Yeah, he knows where Vardy's gone, right down the pipe.
Hard.
Yikes.
Here. Oh, wow.
Heavy.
Wow. That was fatigue. Oh, good Lord.
Oh boy, can't even throw it in. Jesus.
Just look how nervous they are.
For real, they couldn't throw it in their own half without giving it away.
And there wasn't even like that much pressure really. That was,
I already.
man. It's because they're not wearing their whites. Maybe this has just been, who is it that they played the first game that we got confused with? Tunisia? It's
yeah.
just Tunisia playing this whole time.
Everyone's gone silent. Like even the chat, we had plenty of people, is now super silent.
Oh, we're not gonna get there. Oh my god.
Where's the second? No one's winning the second ball. Whoa! Whoa! What was that?
Colombia.
Jeez.
I mean, that's the thing. Is Colombia
Yeah.
should be. Oh, why are you?
Is he through?
Come on.
Oh, that was terrible.
Just clear it, please.
He was on too. God.
England have got to win this now. They've got to throw everything. Don't play for penalties.
Who's getting that ball? Oh no. Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Pickford!
Pickford, what are you doing? Oh my God.
The sweeper keeper.
I just saw him come out of nowhere like, goodbye, my love. Just,
Yeah.
oh, Pickford. Great distribution.
Also, the neon green keeper jersey.
Not your style.
Nope.
Get him a vest. Get that man a vest.
Get him a vest. Neon green vest.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh boy.
it's happening to England. It's happening again.
Who's that guy? Why are we seeing him?
Oh.
Get out of here, English child.
He's sitting down.
Oh, was
at
that
this point
was
in
that the
game,
Harry Kane sign kid?
too. No, I don't think that one had glasses.
Okay, yeah. That kid wasn't
Shit, it's
a
been so
huge-
long the Harry Kane sign kid grew up now. He's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
full-grown man.
Well, he's to get rid of the sign too. He already got his goal.
Yeah, once he got that, once
like,
he
I'm
got
ready to
that
go.
goal, he lit that sign right on fire. That was ejected from the stadium.
What? How is that a legit throw? You've seen some of the worst throw-ins this tournament.
Oh, good ball. Terrible teamwork.
Pickford looks,
Pickford.
he looks constipated. There's your Dempsey face.
Oh no.
Not a lot of time left here, Pickford. Maybe think about.
Jesus. Play it out of the back.
This is so
Oh,
England.
This is a nightmare.
This is his strong suit, the distribution.
Oh, there it is.
This is what
yeah.
he's here for.
Yeah, this is your
He's not
moment.
going to waste it with a goal kick or a drop kick.
Who is?
Ooh.
Oh!
God, this defending is getting pretty shaky.
I know, I love it. Colombia, they're still playing though, but they're still pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
not
that's
back.
That's not the
Yeah.
shit he
Back.
wanted.
Forget it, I know nothing.
Oh,
Vardy will get there though. Look at him.
Come on, Vardy.
Go.
Is it one?
Oh, that's
Oh,
a foul.
It's got to be.
What? Oh my
Wow.
God. Mark Geiger taking control of the match. The Geiger counter.
Here we go. Here you go, England. What?
What is happening? Harry Kane.
I hate to save it. You need him. You do need him for a shootout, but Kane looks pretty damn tired.
Go back the other way. What are you? Oh,
You're not going to sell that one.
Fell before he even touched the guy.
cramp up, or is he just pretending like he cramped up so he doesn't get a yellow card?
It's happening. Oh no. Oh boy. I think that's
Cramped
legit.
up.
I can like see it.
I hope it's not legit. Oh, they're playing it in.
Wow, dirty. It's gonna happen. It's happening.
One
in
more of
England.
those
We're watching
Quadrado
it.
runs.
We are watching the train wreck happen. Soak it in. You only get this every 2 years.
Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, where is Harry Kane?
Tell you, he's too tired, and he's too
into
tired.
The box.
Too tired.
Harry, please, one time.
Doesn't have the juice.
We're all tired, Harry. God. Oh, good idea.
It's getting scrappy. There's still chances out there if you work for
Nobody
it.
giving Hendo an outlet right now. Oh, put a little stank on that.
Yeah, left that trailing leg a little bit.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I can't. Someone says, you guys sound so defeated. Imagine if you were actually English. I vicariously.
Yeah, today we're all English, I guess.
I want to see England do well. I really do.
What? Not like this.
This is
One more.
this is how England does it.
This is.
Oh, I like the idea.
I feel like there's a counter coming for Colombia on one of these. Look at how far forward England is. They've got their center
Everyone
backs
there.
all the way up.
Good ball.
Oh!
Great passage.
Oh, did that get the post?
I don't think so. But maybe.
Great little sequence
I
there.
think it might have. Or is it just bending? No, it's just bending. Oh.
Man, if anyone was on the end of that,
I know you need runners coming across.
you need Rashford in there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mina's hurt.
That's a great ball
great
from
ball,
Hendo.
Great run and then great ball.
One more.
Oh, there is Rashford.
Rashford for Kyle Walker. Wow, they're going for it.
It's got to change up their formation a bit then.
Yeah, I guess
See,
four at the back
Trippier
now.
and Rose.
Or I guess you could slide Dyer into that back three.
Oh, maybe. I think it's a good move for them, though.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Yeah, you got 10 minutes to try to win this thing. 8 minutes, maybe?
And just one more person who can competently take penalties.
Pickford. Let him take it. Let Pickford play.
Let Pickford take the first one.
Set the tone right.
Free Pickford.
Free Pickford. Let Firmino take one. He's too bottled up at
Let
Brazil.
Firmino on to England. Do it.
I mean, if Costa's
Come
allowed
on,
to leave,
FIFA.
Yeah.
Be cool for once. And now,
They are cool. Just, you know the going rate.
yeah.
Great ball through. Who's making that run? Go.
Oh.
You know, the thing is,
That felt like an own goal
when
coming
you
too.
see that pass and you're not Vardy, you got to be running because you know he will actually get to that ball. He's quick enough to
Yeah.
get there. Like most people kind of give up there, but right now you got to be on your horse.
And Lingard got on his horse.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he didn't even touch it.
Nobody else got on their horse, though. Only
There
one
was
horse.
no one else there.
There was no other horse, yeah.
The stable was locked.
Oh, boy. Do they have, they got to have some crazy thing set up right here, right? Don't they do,
If you've got one corner kick,
yeah,
trick play.
don't they do, a weird routine?
Oh! You've got to come down on that. That is your chance.
What are you doing? Eric!
That was it.
Oh.
He was free.
He was very free.
What did they do? Oh, man, yeah, he just...
Oh, no.
He just straight up missed that. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like super high where he couldn't get there.
Oh,
That was just.
no.
He just didn't time it
The
right.
media has their new target to blame.
You're saying dire?
Dyer.
Dire
It was
circumstances.
dire times.
Dire straits.
What is
No.
happening right now?
Oh, now they're bringing on some defense here. How old is Zapata? I feel like he's been around forever.
Very old. Eric Dyer has not been
Only
great in this
31.
match. I'll say that.
I mean, that was when his country needed him. That was it. You got to hit the target on those.
Yeah. Or, I mean, also since he's come on, you'd think that having him on would have stabilized English midfield, but it hasn't.
No.
It's made it worse,
It's
it
just
seems.
pure chaos. I can't take this. Penalties and it's just
5 more minutes.
it's coming. It's been coming since about 5 minutes since the game started. The writing's been on the wall. Mr. Mass knew. We should have listened. He's the prophet, the Irish prophet. Come on. Someone make some runs. Is that a foul?
Oh, go
No?
down. Oh, this is...
Tired legs from him, it looks like.
Yeah, why is Harry Kane so tired? That's my question.
Terry's tired.
Fair enough.
Terry Kane.
Come on, England. You deserve it.
Oh.
For all your past.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a corner.
VAR.
Oh, wow.
no.
They're not giving him a corner? England 100% headed that back. Dyer. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
he hit it. He hit the
He
ball.
even did the little head flick that lets you know that he...
Yeah, I mean, just barely. Didn't need to either. He's not admitting to a damn thing.
What if England score off this?
Hey,
oh boy.
ball don't lie.
Oh,
Ball
boy.
don't lie!
Oh boy!
That would have been the ball lying.
Yeah, very deceitful ball.
Oh.
Oh, don't leave your leg in there. Oh. That
Oh,
didn't seem
guard out of
nice.
bounds.
I don't think these lads like each other much. All right, serve it up if you're gonna. Don't play it around the back now.
Here it is, Harry Maguire. I always said it would be Maguire.
Always
Ooh.
believed in him.
There we go. Get up.
Another
Harry.
yellow.
Wait, did
Quadrado?
Quadrado already have one?
I don't think so.
Isn't he on one or maybe he misses the next match? Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
for sure. For sure. No, it's clean.
All right, Dyer. Time to totally redeem yourself here.
Is he? No. Is he delivering it?
Here's what's going to happen. Serve in the box, rebound, full volley, Hendo, top
Hendo,
corner. Top
love it.
corner.
I'm saying counter Quadrado scores.
Oh, where's anybody? It's a good punch.
Oh,
What?
Ospina is down.
He's always down. I feel like he's
Get
one of those
up.
keepers that's always hurt, but somehow goes on and just limps his way through.
Get up.
Oh, it's back. He's done
Ow,
for.
my back.
Come on,
That's my
England.
impression. That's been-
Spot on.
Thank
Spot on.
you. Been working on it for a while.
Come on, Trippier. Not too close now.
Oh! Oh!
Oh. Dyer,
Eric Dyer.
you've done enough.
Oh boy.
Why that ball? Jesus
Oh my
Christ!
God.
Look at Colombia pressing. How do they have the energy for this?
Oh my God.
Fair play to them for
Yeah.
this high press this late in the game. That's unbelievable. And it wasn't one or two guys. There was like 3 or 4. Settle.
Hey, what-
Settle.
Hendo.
Oh, don't
Hendo.
foul.
Oh,
Okay,
no
okay.
foul. Hendo, go.
Move. You got to move. Now's not the time to get
boy.
tired. Get tired tomorrow.
England, 3 FIFA World Cup eliminations and PK shootouts, tied for the most with
Uh-oh.
Italy and Spain.
Broadcast-
Will they take the lead?
Broadcaster's jinx.
Oh,
But it's
broadcast-
like reverse.
So yeah, so broadcasters jinx, which just they do the
They-
they,
they-
do the
they
damn
win.
thing.
They put it right.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Lucky. Oh, you slip. Oh boy. Oh no. I can't. We knew this was happening. We knew it was happening. And we did nothing. We just watched it happen like a couple idiots.
Ospina, that's so good. That's such a good flop. It's just ludicrous.
All right, how much out of time? A minute? Yeah.
Oh, God.
There have been 8 yellow cards in this match. It's the most in this World Cup.
It's a good ball.
Oh boy, here it is. Here's the dagger. Here it is.
That was terrible.
Optimistic is what we like to say. It's a bit of a stretch for him. I just...
Oh, no. That's it.
And
Folks.
now it's penalties after all of this.
Folks.
Oh, man. Kane is not looking good.
No.
Everyone's cramping up.
Where are they? In England. Or, I mean, not in England, in Russia.
They are in...
Oh, yeah, let's...
I think I remember it was... I think they're in Moscow. I think this is where they are.
That sounds right.
So what's
see
the
what
weather? And
Spartak's
can we get the weather right
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
The weather? Come on now. You're asking a lot.
No, hold on. I got it. 60 degrees. These guys should not be... Oh, it's 73% humidity, though. So that's not great.
That's not that bad, though.
No, they should not be
That-
cramping up like that. Come on, where's the fitness level for these Englishmen?
I just-
So what do you think? How do you think this goes?
Bad to worse. I mean...
Do you have Kane finishing or starting?
Do you think it ends in 3? Do you think it goes 3 in, 3
Yeah.
out, just over immediately?
The last 2 shooters are just twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah. Do we not even? Do we do the minimum?
You start with Kane for that reason, because I don't.
So you don't want to do the minimum. You think he scores?
I think he scores, and I think you're Southgate. You send him first, just for that reason. Like, I know you sometimes you leave your best shooters 5th, but I honestly think with England's luck in World Cups, you don't want to leave your best guy and
That's
possibly
fair.
not have him use it.
I might get weird. I might go put him 2nd. He's the last penalty that Ospina's seen because he saw him earlier.
Oh.
Do you, I don't know. Distract him a little bit, have him go 2nd. That's weird. Nobody would normally do that, but why not?
Put him in the middle.
Do you want them to just... You want to start off with confidence, though, because once one person misses, it's going to get in everyone else's head.
The momentum swings. the
No
other way.
other country would be. I mean, the fact that it's Colombia and not Germany, though, means there's hope.
Who's going to take him for Colombia? Falcao, Cuadrado? Do we know anything else about anyone else? I don't know.
I've heard of Luis Muriel. I think he's a striker.
Yeah. How's his penalty record? Terry, come on. How's this?
England nightmares. Oh, no.
Oh, this is great. Terry, find out who the best penalty kick takers are in Colombia, and then in what order you think they should go. And I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You don't have to.
She's doing
Yeah, I
it.
remember that one.
Jamie Carragher,
Oh.
poor buddy.
The thing is, every broadcaster has this little package that they cut before the tournament because
Yeah.
they knew there'll be a time to show the English penalty kick nightmares.
Have they ever won a penalty shootout in the World Cup?
Our girl, she's on it. They must have. They must have.
Look at how well dressed everyone is.
I see a lot of vests out there.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
I
lot
see
of
one, at least.
a lot of Southgate cosplay.
The worst kind of cosplay right there. Just. I don't know.
England's penalty shootout record at World Cups is worst.
And they've lost all 3.
They're 0 for 3. Oh boy.
How about in the Euros? Anything? In the Milk Cup? Anywhere. We're looking for anything. Anything at all.
Any
hope?
Small ray of hope.
Ibaka will take one, too.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shout.
Uribe had that good strike. We never got the replay of that, either.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we were cheated.
Betrayed.
can't believe Dyer didn't score that one either.
Pickford.
I think you start with Pickford.
Pickford
Lead
does
it off
not.
Kane second.
Pickford was like crying into a towel. It looked like. I mean, I know he's wiping sweat off his face, but Ospina doesn't look confident either. This could go for. Honestly, my pick on this is that it goes for a while, like 8-8.
Everyone misses.
No, everyone makes it, and then it turns into a goalkeeper fiasco.
England won one shootout at the Euros. They beat Spain at Euro '96.
Oh?
Oh, yeah.
Lost 3 at the Euros over the years. The '96 semifinal, 2004, 2012.
Yeah, they lost to Germany in this semifinal.
So they are
They're not-
1-6 in major
Tournament
shootouts.
shootouts. Feels like 1-12.
Across all major tournaments, England have won 1 of 7 penalty shootouts.
1 for
There's
7.
another in another major tournament.
1 for 7.
Or no, 1. Yeah, so they're 1 and 6 because they. Yeah, so 1 out of
1
7.
out of 7. Yeah.
Great. Oh my God.
My theory on these shootouts is it's always contagious. Like when one keeper starts saving, the other usually does. When one team starts missing that target, usually you see like the other team kind of do it. And then when someone starts scoring, like it's very bizarre, but I don't know what. There's got to be someone smarter than myself who has a theory about that, about like
Just like the psychology of it, where
the way you like
you
mirror
relax
someone's
a bit or
body
something.
language. Like when someone else does it, like all of a sudden your expectation is to like do what they just did or something.
well, there's like the pressure of, oh, if I save this, we're up 1 then.
Yeah.
And then it freaks out. Here's what I'm looking for, though. Pickford has sleeves. Ospina is going short sleeve. Is that going to hamper his mobility?
God, it really
don't
shouldn't.
know.
If it does, he's not a very good goalkeeper. Falcao leading off. I like this for Colombia. I think that's kind of a no-brainer.
God. I would have also wanted to go first if I were England.
You would?
Yeah, I think so.
I like going last.
I know, but you're not England. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Just set the tone.
That's true.
Now you're chasing them the whole way.
Yeah. Unless you get a miss, then it's.
I can't. Oh man,
You don't think Falcao could put this over, right?
I don't think so.
Spent a lot of time falling to the ground. He could slip and sky it, right?
The question is, can Pickford say? If Pickford gets this, game changer.
Well,
He is too bouncy.
If he does get it,
He's like 30% too bouncy right
he'll at
now.
least be able to distribute it.
Yeah.
Money.
No hope. No hope.
Radamel. Oh boy. Ospina.
They're hugging Ospina a little too much. Like I feel like he's asking for a little too much
God, that's
external
a
support.
good penalty.
Oh boy. Kane leading
Oh
off.
no, Harry. Oh, this feels bad.
After how many penalties he scored this tournament? I can't. I don't even know if I can watch this.
God.
It's happening. We knew it was happening, and no, I don't like the
feels
short
bad.
run up
This
either.
feels
I don't like
bad.
the short run up.
He's
This
doing the
feels
Neymar.
bad. This feels. Oh
Wow.
God!
That was pure.
Yeah. Guessed right too.
He is one of the best penalty kick takers I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, buries it. Kept it low. Would have taken an immense. You know, Spina's bad. Like that's it. Is like that is savable. That was not 100%. It wasn't right on the post.
But we
you know,
know
that's where you want to put it. It's a little safer.
Yeah.
But that is like, you could tip that on the post if you're a great shot stopper in this.
But we said he's not. So
Yeah, he's not. That's
see-
why I think this could go long. This could go long.
I just don't know if there's enough quality penalty takers though.
That's a great point.
Oh, Quadrado now they're really front loading. Wait, what foot is he?
Pickford,
What foot is he
stop
taking with?
bouncing.
Oh,
Oh
Is
boy,
he not
that's
already?
really good.
he was coming straight at it where I was
Okay.
confused. Like it looked like he was. Oh,
Guess.
did you save that?
That's
No,
a
I
little
don't
high.
think
bullet,
it's
but-
so. That was really pure.
Do they cap the penalty kicks, or can they go on
They
You
indefinitely?
just
go
go
indefinitely.
1 and 1 after your 5.
So it could keep going.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen
It
one
can be
wrap
like a Quidditch
around.
match. It just goes on for 48 hours.
Have I seen one wrap around?
I've seen one go pretty deep.
Like I've definitely seen 10. I'm like,
Did
if
the
I've
keepers
seen,
have to
like,
come out and take a kick?
Oh yeah, keepers definitely.
man.
Yeah, I feel like I saw Neuer take one as like the 7th.
Oh no.
Oh boy,
he's taking
this
too many
is
steps.
disaster.
Oh.
That looked like the Zaza
Ospina
thing
is
or whatever.
terrible.
Simone Zaza.
Ospina is terrible because
He's
he
guessed
was.
right,
That
he's
was
not-
not a great penalty.
He was 3 for 38.
Yeah, I mean, like he's right on that.
Yeah.
Like if he's an inch taller. he's-
Akinfeev is swatting that out.
Yeah, that's what Subasic. Schmeichel?
So if England loses this, it's because they're just skying it or missing it entirely. It's not going to be a save.
Just
Or
keep it
they,
on target.
or like someone gets frisky and tries to chip him, and he just decides to stay home.
Panenka.
Or
Come
has
on,
enough time to
Pickford.
get back up.
All
and
right,
touch
this
the
guy's gonna miss.
This guy, yeah. Is this Muriel? What is this?
Or is it Uribe? Maybe.
This is Muriel.
Ooh. Everybody,
That's
both keepers,
risky to do.
both
That's such a
all
slow-
4 shots or 5 shots, the keepers dive to his right, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Man, if he gets to the right, though, that one's an easy save.
Yeah, you
guess
gotta
that's
do. I feel like Subasic did one where he faked his full body and then went the other way and made a save.
That just sounds so difficult to do.
Oh no, Hendo. Oh, I can't even. Oh no, he's gonna sky it. Oh god. Oh god.
Come on, Henderson, please. Have anyone to make one now.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's quiet.
That hurt me. Wasn't a terrible penalty.
No,
but
it's,
It's the one time Ospina did a decent
yeah,
job.
exactly. This is. Yeah, it's just great
how
save.
did I know?
This is incredible. I love this.
You live for this. As long
I'm
as,
just-
as, long
I'm
as
all
there's
about the
pain,
shade and pride.
pain at the end for someone.
Yeah.
Great pain. The English. Why? Why always you guys?
I think he's going to miss this.
Pickford doesn't inspire confidence.
He's got to save
He looks
one,
a little nervous.
right?
He's like jumping a little too much.
Oh!
Hendo off the hook, baby!
Got another question. Do you think they should shoot from further out? I feel like it's too easy to score from. A few more feet out would make it more interesting. I don't know. I mean, we've already seen a couple misses here. Further out would, I guess, it'd be cool, but
It's just hard when it's
It's not
such a
that-
guessing game for the keepers.
yeah,
Right.
it is hard for the keepers. That said, it's not like it's 5-5 or 5-4. I mean, I've
And
seen
it's not like it's
penalty
like a free throw in basketball or something.
Yeah.
Like there's,
Yeah.
It's a bit more
Or it
challenging
is. I
than
mean,
that.
it is kind of like a free throw, but that's fine. In terms of like percentages.
no one
made.
goes 100% through the season.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Wow.
Trippier.
Trips.
Yeah, I think you said it that he was probably their.
I
that
kind of
was-
suspected it, but
Yeah, that was their best one yet. Oh my God! Thank God Hendo's off the hook.
for now. As long as it doesn't, doesn't come
Wrap
back
around. If it wraps around. Oh,
Baca
buddy.
closing it
If it
up.
wraps around, I'm doing the old change the order up. Just here, just stand,
Yeah,
switch.
yeah.
Are you allowed to do it?
I know, but
People have lost track by then. He's got the wide stance.
Pickford
Like
again.
Ronaldo.
Literally nothing he's done suggests that he could possibly ever save a penalty kick.
on cue.
Oh! Let's go!
England, this is it. Who's their fifth taker now?
It's got to be Vardy.
It's got to be. He practiced it. Well off
Well,
the line,
he's-
but hey, why not?
Oh.
I know that was an intentional commentator's curse there. That was well done. Well played. Come on, England,
I
please.
Oh, it's Dyer.
Oh my God.
No.
No.
He's had an awful
No.
game.
What?
I hope he misses.
Come on, Dyer. Come on, Dyer. You missed a header. Why is Ospina leaving so much room on his right side? He must be diving there, right? Look at that. Look at the left side of the goal. He's not
He's
centered.
trying to bait him into
This
that.
is
I think so.
weird.
And then he's going to go to the other side to trick him.
Oh! I can't believe it.
Unbelievable!
2 for 8 out of 8 now, right?
Yep, 2 out of 8.
So you're
upsetting.
saying there's a chance. I'm sorry, Kevin. You.
I just
Oh!
wanted English cheers.
I'm sure you would have found something that you would have needed from one of our colleagues in London, where you would have had to make a. Hey, just wondering, how's it going over there? Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Well, I guess that one dude put it off the post, but nobody really choked even.
There wasn't like an awful penalty.
Yeah, it was just
Maybe
one off the
post.
crossbar. Yeah, like that's it though.
And that was inches from being like perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody was going to the roof of the net for them to that point, which had worked.
England.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
New England team.
It's
Upside down
coming
World Cup.
home. Yes, exactly.
The Bizarro World Cup.
Just to even further the point of this World Cup being completely upside down. England winning a penalty shootout. Wow. Yeah, now Dyer's acting like the man. I don't want to discover after that missed header.
No, he is he slightly off? But and then, that was a bad penalty.
Wow. Yeah,
that was worse.
That was the
than
worst
Mendes.
penalty. That was.
Yeah.
He
He got a hand on it.
If he just was in the middle instead
You got to have a strong hand.
Genuinely dreadful penalty, and it does not matter.
Wow, the percentages were just about right though. Pickford a little bit better than Ospina. Neither one of them great.
Yeah.
Oh, England.
All right.
Now you got
Did he beat Sweden,
and you know what's going to happen when they play Sweden. We're going to watch this game one more time.
God,
we're watching this game another time. That's what we're going to see.
Nil version of this game.
How to Change the Name says never in doubt, lads. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Football's coming. I didn't hear football. I didn't hear where it's coming for the last hour, but I guess it's coming home. Well done. Well done, England.
All right.
Do we get the extra time stats in here? Does it show up in the second half? Or
I think it probably just showed in the second half. I don't know.
should we take one final look here?
One last gander at what just happened.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
That was not
Oh my God.
The arrow.
the arrow. You never want to see the arrow.
We've all seen too many arrows. 2 for 16 shots on target for England.
Yikes.
Not great.
Not good at all.
Passing,
Pretty similar for both teams.
pretty similar. And not great. 80, 77. That's not that great.
Fouls committed 23 for Colombia. 6 yellow
Six
cards.
yellow cards.
Yikes.
Got their money's worth.
A little better maybe from England. Tackles 1. Duels 1.
Yeah, England ended up dominating the air late, which kept them in it, except when it didn't. Oh my God.
Let's go back.
That's Jordan Henderson's worst match I've seen
Yeah.
since he was first year at Liverpool.
Wasn't one for the ages. It didn't help any apologist argument
Nope,
we were
nope.
prepared to make for him for
100%.
how he's underrated and actually does quite well. Anyone's heat map or touch map, pass map we want to see? Shot plot? You tell me.
Interesting that Danny Rose was as far forward as he was, especially given
yeah.
how their goal happened. Although I guess he came in after the goal. He came in for extra time.
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
doesn't
he was
really
an extra.
matter.
They were trying. But I think this here shows
Well, and you can
fatigue when
see
they're
both, and you can also see Falcao never really got that far. Nobody was really pushing for that last goal.
No. And I mean, Falcao doesn't have the pace to, like, run the lines like maybe
Not
Vardy
anymore.
would. You know what I mean? So, like, he knows he has to come back and, or maybe he, like, you know, when he was pressing on one of the defenders, maybe force a slack pass or turnover or something, which we did see sort of towards the end there.
I think Colombia just didn't get enough with Cuadrado. Like, he has such an advantage with his speed, and they really only a few times let him loose, I think.
Well, and I'll say, like, no James and Dele Alli didn't put his stamp on the map. You didn't have a great creative midfielder doing something great in this match, so everything was, like, very challenging for both sides. Took a lot of work, so everybody was dropping deep, and there weren't a ton of chances.
Yeah, it kind of screamed that there was a maestro missing on one or both sides, right? There wasn't someone like a Coutinho or whatever, you know, or Modric who can kind of turn and play that one pass that all of a sudden unlocks a string of good movement because it upset the whole balance of where the team's set up.
And the guy who can do that in England is probably Sterling, but he was playing so far forward and Kane was dropping so far back, it never really set up for them to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Him more so maybe with his pace than in actual passing, but when he makes those runs, all of a sudden it drags defenders well outside of where they're supposed to be, and good things happen from there.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's look ahead.
Oh, man. So the field is
England
set.
advancing here, playing Sweden on Saturday. Well, what do we think of these quarterfinalists? Who's the favorite now?
It's interesting. I think the best two teams are playing each other based on performance so far. Yeah, not Russia, Croatia.
I took a guess. I hope I wasn't too forward.
You were 100% correct. I think Uruguay, France is really interesting. Uruguay's defense has probably been the best so far in the whole tournament.
Absolutely.
And they've got Cavani is likely to play. It's not a guarantee though.
When is that?
Friday.
That'll be
the early
fun.
one, Friday.
And then I think Croatia is the biggest favorite amongst anyone.
Especially given the other 4 teams, maybe.
Yeah. Given Sweden being so good defensively and England, that just screams 0-0.
Yeah.
That just screams 0-0, and then either a fluky goal or penalties. Croatia's the only one who outmatches their opponent.
So give us your prediction then. Uruguay, France, who advances here?
I take Uruguay.
Okay.
Brazil, I guess, but I don't feel strong. And then Croatia, and I'll do it. I'll say England. England.
You're going to get back. After all that, you want to get back on the England.
I want England to win penalties, and then lose on penalties in the finals.
That would be peak England.
Yep.
Kevin, what do you think? Fill out your bracket a little bit here, or at least the next round.
All right, I like Belgium over Brazil.
Ooh.
Really?
I think
he's a contrarian.
I like it. I like it.
But he's like,
but I don't know. I thought De Bruyne had a pretty good game in his last match. I don't know. I think a couple good passes at least. The one at the end to open it up.
A little more grit too against Belgium, having to come back a little bit. They've got some big strong defenders. A little more of a mix between the creatives and the tough guys back there.
Yeah.
Something
so
like
I
that.
like Belgium over Brazil. I haven't seen a ton of them because there's been a lot of the early morning games. So
gotta get up.
A true fan, spoken like a true fan.
Gotta get up.
But I don't know. Belgium just feels like more fun. Uruguay's been playing really well, but France is just such a deep team that I don't know. I could still say I don't know. I think Uruguay because they have Godin. They have 2 of the best center backs.
Jimenez, yeah.
And then 2 of the best strikers. Midfield is,
Not
France
as good
has
as
France has a great midfield.
No.
Yeah.
So that one I think is kind of a toss-up. But I guess I'll go France just because of talent.
Okay. Is there any hope for Vladimir's boys to pull another miracle? And,
I mean, Croatia in the second half against Denmark looked pretty meh. I don't know. Russia, I didn't expect them to get out of the group, so no, I think Croatia still wins that. And
well, you know what I want to hear.
it's gonna be England.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah, I mean,
where do you go on that?
All right. Well, let me start at the beginning.
Okay.
I agree. Whatever happens, there's not going to be a shock result, no matter what happens. They're both good teams. They would both be worthy champions. I'll stick with Brazil. They were my pre-tournament pick, and I feel like they're starting the Mexico win. Mexico is a better team than most people realize, and I think now Brazil are starting to get a little momentum. I'm going to go with France just because I think they woke up. I didn't know if they're going to be able to put it all together because they have maybe the most talented team here, but then we finally saw against Argentina scoring 4 goals. Even if Argentina's in disarray, they were still nice goals. They were quality. So I think Uruguay's time is up there. I think Croatia goes through, but I got a bad feeling that
Just 4 weird penalties in a row.
some stranger things have happened. I thought they were an amazing team. I thought they had the best midfield, but they got a little exposed as maybe not as sexy as everyone thought last match against Denmark. Easily could have been out. I'll jump on board with you. I'll get on board. We're going with England.
That's
I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do it one more time.
Unanimous pick.
Was the England, the team that just barely squeaked by Colombia. Oh boy. Well,
I mean, Sweden can't make the semifinals of the World Cup. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's, South Korea and Turkey, those guys couldn't, but somehow.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say that's we've been through the whole range of emotions. I think that's about it for us. Thanks, Spike, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. Kevin, having you as well. Remember to subscribe, send us some comments, love, hate, good, bad. We'll read it all on air. We don't care. We'll say anything here. Join us Friday. Terry, what match is Friday? After Uruguay. Belgium-Brazil, I think, is the later match.
Yeah.
I think that's when we'll be back for. So remember to join us for that. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you're seeing this, you are the convention.